welcome to coverage of the refreshers and second practice. However, I am very disappointed to say that at the current moment, we are not going to have any action on the circuit as well. The rain stopped around about 30 minutes ago, and the dryers have been out on the track for a very long time as well. We're still in the commentary box as well, but the main light is off and the work lights are on as well at the moment, so apologies for that. But we are not going to be on here for as long as you think we are. So we're going to have some filler, we're going to have some other things as well. But I do want to give you a view of what the track looks like, because we've got the international feed and we've got some shots down there on the circuit as well. So in a moment we'll go through. Practice 1 this morning was cancelled, so the veterans never got their run. Now the people have to go out for refreshers, so anyone who didn't run the 500 last year, and the rookies have to go out on the track as well. That isn't happening at the moment, which is a disappointment. And also we've got to then look forward and see if we're going to have any changes as well in terms of those going into free practice 2 straight afterwards as well at 8 p.m. So that's in 2 hours time when they venture out onto the circuit. But so much for the month of May, where it doesn't look like we're going to have that much at the moment. Let's head over then as well and take a listen in.
107th Indianapolis 500, less than 2 weeks away, Sunday, May 28th. We've waited nearly a year. Waiting a little bit longer is okay. It will be worth it. The great news is that we have a drying track and optimism. Thanks for joining us today with NBC.
Yeah, hopefully optimism. This is what the track currently looks like then for everybody watching on as well for IndyCar practice. If we get this off, jet dryers are out on the circuit as well. It looks like it's just about becoming a little bit fresher as well. They're out the back of the circuit. The pit lane's getting dried. Track temperature at the moment is looking good. Air temperature looking good as well. So we might just get this session underway. Let's head over then to Kevin Lee.
Downstairs again to check in with Katie Osborne.
Well,
Katie,
you guys are talking about the track conditions. Ed Carpenter, true or false? We're going out racing out in the car today.
I hope we are, but I don't know. It looks like there's more rain coming, which is a bummer. You know, we get so amped up for the first day, and we're here all day anyway, so hopefully we get to go out and play.
Yeah, hopefully going out and play is key. Now, some of the guys got a chance to go out and play this weekend with the GP. You did not. You didn't get those jitters out. How much are you feeling the nerves coming in here to the month of May? Because it starts now for you.
I mean, the anticipation's always the same. You know, I think here is easier almost than other places. You know, we had the open test 3 weeks ago, which we were all at. So I feel like I'm on equal footing from that. To me, it's almost a little harder at like Texas and other shorter events, because they're more in the regular flow of the schedule and more condensed schedule. So you really have to get with it there. Here, you've got plenty of time to get comfortable with the car and work through the plan. We've got, you know, even if we do miss a day like today, there's still way more practice here than we get anywhere else. So there's plenty of time. It's more just the excitement of getting to drive an IndyCar at this great racetrack.
Yeah, you can see the smile on your face. It does. It lights it up when you talk about driving an Indy car around this racetrack. Also, it's really special because you're from Indy, right? This is one of those events that means maybe just a little bit more. And
you know, I certainly feel the community support, which is great, but the Indy 500 is what we're all here for. It's the biggest race in the world, so you know everyone's motivated like pretty high by this one. So you know I do love it. I love that we're home, that I can sleep in my own bed and have so many friends and family around supporting me. But you know, Indy is everything to everyone here.
3 poles under your belt, yet to get that win. What is it going to take?
I mean, we just got to execute better. You know, we've had race-winning cars. We just haven't won the race. So, got to lead that important lap, and you know, put the previous 19 years experience to work, and try to make this the year.
All right, well, best of luck out there. Hopefully we see you out there on the track. But, man, it's putting it all together. Hinch, I can't imagine you've been in the seat before making that happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a big one for Ed. But I like that he says that. He admits, hey, look, I might be the hometown guy, but at the same time, the Indy 500 is everything to everyone. I think that was the line, and he's absolutely right.
it already means everything. It can't mean anything more. Yeah,
exactly,
that's a good way
right.
to look at it.
Exactly right. So I know he's anxious to get out there. I'm going to disagree with him, though, Katie. I'm going to say that there's no more rain coming and that we are going to get out.
I like your line of thinking.
Well, thank you.
I think we're going to see race cars on track today, and I think we're going to sit here for a little while and try to make that happen. And leave your stream on. You will be able to track the progress. We'll be back. Well, we'll be back again at some point, either way, but we'll certainly be back when we get close to seeing cars on track. 60 hours of coverage on Peacock and NBC Sports, including an exclusive 2-hour pre-race to the pre-race show at 9 a.m. on race morning and then on network television at 11. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching the pictures, and we'll join you again for commentary when we get going for opening day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Do my accounts this week.
Well, very nice to hear from everybody there then. Practice currently is under this rain delay, so we're just sort of waiting out the clock. This is the official information we're getting right now, though, is that coverage will continue when the weather improves. That's a live view you are seeing right now on the circuit. The dryers have been out there getting better, so fingers crossed we're going to see it. But if you are joining us, the entire day has been put under this weather delay as well. Just coming down the start-finish stretch right now, something I want to show you as well. Look, this is the train of cars that have been sort of circulating for the past 2 hours. It's been a remarkable effort as well. Certainly the last 1 hour 30 they've been out there constantly. We've had the jet dryers out for half an hour, but they've just been desperately trying to get as well a clear track, just something that they can use drying out there as well, making sure that we go forward. We haven't started yet on USRN because to save them time with the Stanley Cup, there's no point, but we will be on with the USRN team as well in a little bit up here. But right now we're going to take you back and to the race a few hours ago where we left you as well. So if you were new and didn't see the original GMS Grand Prix, we were at the road course as well just 7 days ago. So, well, that's not actually. On Saturday afternoon is when we were on. We're going to keep an eye on everything on the circuit as well, but we will be leaving you. We'll be sending you as well to the race that happened before, and we'll pick up the action with 74 laps to go of the IMS race. You can watch the original of this as well earlier on. So let's restart the action. I'm being told we can restart it right from the beginning when we went to the green flag conditions and when the race started as well. And hopefully we will get everything set up and all coming into action as well to go forward. So let's join over then. We're under a rain delay here for practice at the IMS road course, but do not worry because we've got you covered. Here's all the action from what happened last... Actually, that's wrong because now it looks ridiculous on our screen. So let's get that sorted as well before we throw it back as well. But let's actually listen to something as well. The track dryers, I should say, are still out there on the track. So everyone's looking a little bit nervous, actually, surprisingly, because the track, we don't want to risk it going wrong. We don't want to risk having to sit here all day for absolutely no reason. So right now, practice is in the delay, and we will hope to fix it ASAP. In the meantime, though, let's take you back to what happened a few days ago at the GMS Grand Prix. New timing tower as well to play with 4 people in the box. Means we get a bit more room. We've got the tyres they start on, then we've got their push to pass and the gap between them. It's Christian Lundgaard on pole position. He's chosen the inside line down to turn 1. Felix Rosenquist will be on the outside. They're exiting now the last corner. It's the month of May. It's the greatest spectacle in racing. we are kicking off the celebrations with the road course. It's green flag, and away we go in Indianapolis for 2023. And it's immediately Lundgaard leading down to turn 1. Pato O'Ward going to try and go around the outside. And now, that's Alex Palou trying to take the lead into turn 1 and forces off Lundgaard. Lundgaard forces off Palou. There's contact in the middle of the field as well. That's getting swamped, I believe. It looks to me like it's going to be Graham Rahal. So one of the Rahal, Lanham and Lanigan Racing don't get a great start. That's what we feared might happen, but the pole sitter, still the pole sitter through the chicane as we come down the boulevard. Once more, perfect start there, Josh, to get through. Lundgaard actually did hold the position.
Yeah, Stingray Rob cut the chicane further back, and I believe Benson Pedersen entered the pit lane just before the start, but there's contact there. That's Scott McLaughlin in the number 3 as well.
McLaughlin getting forced out at the chicane area. The wing looks a little bit loose, but should be okay. Hopefully there's no big damage there. What a start though, Synth, as they come through the two McLarens in battles. Pato O'Ward tries to go on the inside, and now gets a little bit loose. Keeping it around the outside comes Alexander Rossi. Meantime, we've got Palou getting past Lundgaard in the chicane. Palou leads lap 1 with Lundgaard on the back of him, Synth.
Yeah, well, a lot of battles going on this opening lap, and we're going to go to lap 2 now, and there's going to be more battles for the lead now. Is Lundgaard going to be able to take the lead around the outside of turn 1?
Palou defends, keeps the lead. Lundgaard loses out to Ricci as well, so Lundgaard held off for a lap, but Alex Palou goes through. Chip Ganassi lead. Rahal, Lennon and Lanigan racing 1, 2, 3, because Jack Harvey's moved up into 3rd position. What do you make of the start, Rich?
Great start. Obviously, it's the first time I watched IndyCar properly in a good year, and compared to many of the racing series, it was pretty entertaining to see the cars actually battle. And here is a move from, I believe, Rossi on Rosenqvist in towards one of the corners, because I don't know the track.
It's down at turn 7, down Hulleman Boulevard as well. So Rosenqvist up, McLaren are running. Oh, we've got a full course yellow. Full course yellow has flashed up, and that's why.
Oh.
That is out goes Stingray Rob. Out goes the 18 as well of David Malukas, and they have spun round and stalled down at turn 7, and that brings out the full course yellow on the opening. Well, this is going to be lap 2 of 85. We've completed 1. Not the way you want to do it, Josh. And these two, no stranger to a few cautions. We've seen that this year.
Yeah, also, but one person who this will help is Graham Rahal. He's also pitted. He pitted just before the course and came out, but they're going to get him restarted. They might rejoin the race, but just talking the MR safety team with David Malukas about what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to spin him round and then start him up, but let's have a look at the replay, Josh.
So it comes on the inside line, and we need to look further back. There it is. So, it's going to be Stingray Rob, and he's out of the race with a broken front suspension, just hitting the side of Malukas, and nowhere to go there at all, Synthol. That was a late braking move.
Yeah, down towards turn 7, they both braked too late, but yeah, that was Rob's fault, of course. Then he obviously braked too late and collected the car in front of him, so yeah, that's the reason for this full.
Say again, Josh?
Drove on coming in, lawnmower as well.
All diving in then, all getting ready for their positions. Let's start with it. Sent off wide as well. So it was all going on at the start. They all desperately tried to A, avoid it, and B, couldn't avoid it. So they just sort of accepted what was going on the side of the track. Not a great getaway there, I'm afraid. That could have been handled a bit better in my opinion. What do you think, Richie?
I think it was entertaining to say the least. Many drivers happy, many drivers not. And no clip of the touch there, and yeah, that's definitely what I believe it was Scott Dixon, was it? Now back at the back of the field. Especially in this one, it's a very tight one. Is that Stingray Rob? I don't think he's going to be suspension on the front right. The wheels curved in a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, he's out of it, unfortunately.
Oh, and you can see the left side as well. Definitely, that's a shame.
So we're looking at that front wing they're still looking at, you guys. Look, you can see it on your screen. It's flapping around a bit at the front and side of the car. That's a little bit worrying me, but they're happy with it. Lucas is, I think, got back into the pit lane. So that's right. Stingray Rob is out of the race for sure. Broken front suspension. Lucas will be fine. He's out of the pit lane. And thankfully, Pedersen is back in the pits as well. He's in position with the yellow flag. Out there is Stingray Rob in the Bio-Evo delivery car. Right, there is Malukas, and is he going out too? Yes, he is. So, two retirements out already, unfortunately, Josh, and that's not the best thing I want to see.
Yeah, really not. Like two retirements, one retirement per lap, if you want to call it, but not really. Well, the pen of doom has already come out. Let's have another look at it. It looks like Stingray Rob goes a little bit too deep, but Malukas also, maybe we might need another camera angle of that. Might have not given Stingray Rob as much space as Stingray Rob would have wanted, but yeah, that was a little bit of touch and go, but there is that inside of Stingray Rob needed to avoid. There was that inside of the corner.
Let's get the thoughts of Omi, who's in the pit lane. What did you make of all that start then, Omi?
Yeah, a lot happening, and it was very tight going into the first corner, so a lot of cars running wide, but two drivers who have had a good opening few laps. Rossi's up 6th position, then Newgarden up 5 as well, Herta up 5 as well, so it was pretty much a mix. So some drivers having a great start and will be happy with the opening lap, some drivers won't. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of the race will provide. But well, a lot going on straight off the off, which is expected in IndyCar. As it's not Formula 1, so you're going to get action all the way throughout. So I'm looking forward to this. But we've already got an electric start to the race.
That metaphor as well.
This isn't Moto E.
That's the third time he said that today as well. Okay, I'm going to try and clean up the timing
I learned it from
tower.
you actually, Josh.
Okay, I'm just going to clean up the timing tower. Let's get a word then with NBC.
To you by Global Medical Response, providing care to the world at a moment's notice. Shell, renewable race fuel, is powering progress. Fifth Third Bank, official partner of Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. This is banking, a fifth third better. And by NTT, official sponsor and technology partner of the NTT IndyCar Series. So, some early pit stops. Let's get to Marty Snyder with more. Marty?
Yeah, Diff, both of these cars had a little contact on pit road after a chaotic start here at the Indy Road Course. You're going to see Scott McLaughlin in that red and white car back there, putting on a new front wing. Romain Grosjean also doing the same, Kevin, here on pit road.
Well, the incident just a moment ago that led to the yellow involved David Malukas. You've had a chance to see a little bit of a replay. What happened?
I mean, it's turn 7. It's a very inviting corner, and I mean, Stingray was battling with Grosjean there, and unfortunately, I kind of got collected in that. Yeah, I mean, just clipped that rear left tire. It's been unfortunate, especially that it's teammates. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. From my side, I was already halfway through the corner, did not see him at all, and yeah, I mean, they're coming way too quick. Even if I wasn't there, he would have gone flying with Grosjean. So, I mean, it's just really unfortunate for us. But, I mean, I had some sort of incident that was similar to that a lap previous with McLaughlin. It's just, yeah, I mean, nothing against Stingray. He kind of just mistimed that a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We move on.
Thank you, David.
David Malukas there talking in the pit lane to NBC. They are getting ready to go green again. So, all eyes are going to be up front for this one. Who's going to make the best restart? Palou will be leading with Lundgaard in second. Harvey is third. Rossi fourth. Rosenquist fifth. O'Ward is sixth. Coming out the last corner, we'd have to go 2 by 2. So it's as soon as Palou decides to hit pedal to the metal, and he's done that now. Team communication. Green, green, green was the team communication message coming out across the line. We are racing again at the Brickyard, and look at that already to the inside. Rossi wanted to make the move on the inside of Harvey into turn 1. Palou's having to go defensive. Big lock off of Harvey, and then he runs into the back of his teammate, runs it deep into turn 1, and Rossi still can't get through. As they get through, do they all make it through turn 1 and 2 safely? Yes, they do. And I'll tell you what, since Rossi really wants to pass Harvey, and Harvey's starting to feel the pressure. We remember that, of course, when we saw him in Formula 2 all those years ago. No, you're on mute,
Sorry, yeah, there's more battles going on. Here he goes then. Again, Rossi now, I think, getting through in Ericsson. Also defending the inside, more battles down towards turn 7. This is where we saw the incident. Someone just tipped the wheel into the grass there. So let's see if he got through. I think he did. So, yeah, and look at Colton Herta there. So close to the back of Ericsson.
Powers making the move as well, passing Armstrong at the turn 7 and 8 chicane. And Richie, they've all just about made it through the opening lap, but Alex Palou gets it through as there's a little bit of water on the camera lens. That's in the cars, but drivers will be starting to think, oh, is it raining? Is it psychological rain? There was a 35% chance before the race started of rain, as we're going to see a move now as we ride on board as Rosenquist gets past Harvey into turn 1.
Yeah, pretty nice move there from Rosenquist. Pretty easy once you get it sorted, and that's Herta, isn't it? There, then Ericsson, and all sorts of battle with Kirkwood.
Oh, and round
It's
goes
just gone the
Power!
road.
Power gets tagged by Kirkwood, and Power loses it. Is that going to bring out a yellow? No, he's kept the engine going through turn 1 and 2. As Richie was saying, it's so easy for that to happen. And round goes Power. And in the meantime, O'Ward was battling with Harvey. Are we going to see a replay of that? No, because O'Ward is still in the back of Harvey. Round the outside to turn 7, and O'Ward is through. Harvey beginning to slip down the order. And Richie, that was it. That was obviously going to happen. Kirkwood on the grass.
Yeah, once you get on the grass in these cars, it's very slippy. The wheels just spinning you round. And I was going to say, Palou had a really great restart there, didn't it? Very simple. And this is a replay, actually, of Kirkwood on the grass. Yeah, you are going to end up collecting someone when you go side by side. You end up on the grass. The wheels are slippy, the track's slippy, and to be fair, it does look a little bit damp in terms of temperature, so that'll also be bad, isn't it, when it's cold?
Yeah, and it's just going straight on. Herta made the move on Ericsson, is what you were saying earlier, so Herta's up to 8. Team communication?
Done this or that. I wonder how race control will...
Okay, I keep seeing that team radio graphic pop up, and I keep throwing the fader up because it's new for this weekend, as they're testing it for the 500. So I'm trying to push it up, but it's not working as well. As they come in. So then, Josh, who are you thinking? Who is impressing you in these early stages? You've seen all of the races this year, been in the Cottage Box the same. Anyone sort of surprising you as... Oh, here we go.
Go get him.
Go get him. Newgarden to Harvey. So, information understood. Newgarden had failed to get through into the fast 6 and even the fast 12 yesterday. Josh, now up to 7th position on the start.
Yeah, it was that was a little bit of a touch and go restart. Would have been catastrophic if Harvey went into the back of Lundgaard. That would have been very bad. Teammates as well, and that was just unfortunate between Will Power and Carl Kirkwood. That's what happens if you go onto the grass as well. Who's impressing me right now is probably Lundgaard as well. Harvey up in 6th, but Marcus Armstrong up in 10th. He's just passed Di Francesco for that position as well, and VK in 12th, Sinful.
I thought you might like that as well.
Where did VK start, actually?
VK started further down the field, didn't he, as well? So he's doing really well. He started, I think 19th on the grid from memory as well. So he's got up there as well, which is great news. As they swing back through, lap 9 of 85. We're not even into the first pit stop strategies yet as well. So this race is going to not drag, but really sort of go slow unless the rain comes to alternate the strategy. You can see what tyres they're on. If it says O on the timing tower, that's the black, sorry, that's the red alternate tyres, the sticker reds. If it's a white P, that is the black primary tyres as well. The 198.183 seconds on your graphic, if you're watching along with us, that is your push to pass measure. And then we've got a gap to the drivers in terms of seconds as well. As you can see, Lundgaard is now 3 seconds back to Palou. So we're just testing that out as well ahead of the 4-person team in the commentary box, because smaller cameras means we get a bit more screen size to play up as well. So they come down the straight then. It's lap 10 of 85 here. As they screen forward, are we going to see Lundgaard under pressure from Rossi? He's going for it, but meantime further back, Armstrong trying to pass Ericsson into the braking zone. Did he make the move? No, he didn't, according to the driver tracker. So I'm looking at both sides of the screen here. It's quite, I'm not going to say it, but it is quite quiet now as well. They've just had a few little spins and accidents, but...
Newgarden on Harvey.
So he did make the move. Good spot, Richie. Newgarden's up to 6th position.
Also, I'm not sure if Grosjean had an incident, because remember, under the full course yellow, he was in 15th, he's now sitting in 19th.
That was, he had to be a lawnmower when Stingray, Rob and Lucas went round.
Had to go around the outside.
Very new to IndyCar. Is Harvey one of those that seems to qualify well but never good in the race? I've noticed he's dropped down many positions in the past 10 laps.
Yes, that Rahal Lennon Lanigan car is not the best. Simon Pagenaud comes into the pit lane from 13th position as well. He's the first to pit, and he was on the alternative tyre, so that's an early stop for him. The Rahal Lennon Lanigan car, all three of them, this is their best qualifying of the year. All of them inside the top 10, where usually they're down in 19th, 20th, 21st as well across the weekend. It was Lundgaard's first ever pole position, so surprised he's actually holding back Rossi, but I suppose since hang on a minute, that is that's Carl Kirkwood slowing down the start straight. So
an issue there, yeah. Or just moving out the way.
What's the betting? No, what's the betting? That's going to be resulting from the contact he had on the opening lap. He looks like
There's definitely an issue there, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going well, is he? He's not having to let the entire field through, but he's letting them through. Because we would have got information there from race control if that was the case. I'm flashing up on our monitors. We have not.
And Hurt up, Sean Harvey, as well into P7.
It sounds like he's going to the back of the field. Kirkwood's got a problem, but we can't tell what it is.
It's a weird one, yeah.
He's not letting power.
I think he just got.
Go on.
I think he's got told to retire the car in the pits. Maybe he's now just not battling anyone, just letting everyone through, but they're not necessarily having to slow down. I think maybe that would be the case.
Well, Power's on the back of the foot, not gaining tremendously, so yeah, a bit of a weird one here with Carl Kirkwood.
Yeah, not really everyone telling us what to do, is it? Oh, and now, into the pit lane.
Moving out the way.
So this is a bigger problem then for Carl Kirkwood. He's coming to the pits and is presumably out of the race. Meantime, that's turn one. That's Marcus Ericsson making a lunge on the inside of Jack Harvey into the first corner. Harvey around the outside, going to keep his pedal to the metal. And then so is Ericsson. They are going wheel to wheel, and it's Harvey who beats Ericsson. That was some spectacular driving, Sid. They were side by side, one for Formula 2, one for Formula 1, and they were both racing each other fairly.
Yeah, what a well defended by Harvey. Incredible move around the outside, and luckily Ericsson, of course, led enough room on the outside for Harvey. Otherwise, there would have been contact, like we've seen before. But that was incredible racing, and obviously Ericsson will try again later on. So we're gonna get more of this, hopefully.
Let's check in with
and also Armstrong. I was going to say Armstrong's also getting involved in this little battle now after that battle with Harvey and Ericsson. It's brought Armstrong back into it as well a little bit. So we could see him try and get involved if there's any incidents between these two here as they go through.
VK's in.
Yep, VK in then. He was on the black primary, so he must have had a smaller fuel stop to begin with. And that's 13 laps, Josh. That's very early for a black primary tyre stop. And everyone's diving in the first 13 laps. That's very unusual for this track.
Yeah.
Is there possible rain?
Don't think so. What are you seeing? What are you seeing, Josh, on your radars?
No. But, well, we're on board with him now. We'll see what they do. But 13 laps on the black primaries. Normally it's the red alternates that pit first. But they are switching over to the red. So maybe this is an alternate strategy as well. But, yeah, that's a good stop there. But,
a few seconds.
Pagenaud pitted even earlier.
Yeah, and he was on the alternates as well. It's really bizarre. Let's see if Pit Road's going to think.
It's been a struggle weekend for all of Ed Carpenter Racing, trying to play some early strategy to gain a little track position.
So it's an early strategy call as well to get rid of that little... as well. Don't know where our screen went there. Right, Omi, let's hear from you in the pit lane. What are you making of the race as well? We're on that 13 now of 85, and the first pit stop's coming up. It is a surprise. You were with us back in the last race as Armstrong dives into the pit lane as well as Cash Neves, so they're all coming in for the first of what could presumably be about 8 stops tonight.
Yeah, lots of strategy to go into it, so it's going to be very interesting. In that kind of races, we also have Ericsson getting past Harvey, much more easier than last time around, and also I think we also have Dixon also maybe trying one on Di Francisco. He's got 2 actually, but yeah, so it's really going to be an interesting one in the strategy race. But currently Alex Palou has it all under control, out in front, Lundgaard in second, and then Rossi in third. So it's going to be interesting to see how this race unfolds though.
Yeah, and also keep an eye on Marcus Armstrong. He didn't spin the tyres up after exiting his pit box, so he's got he's going out on a really, really cold tyres, so he's trying to save them as much as he can and warm them up the traditional way, let's say, in the old way. So he's trying to extend those tyres as much as he can. And we also could, Josh, with how it's going, see a 10-stop Helio Crafton-Evers again.
Yeah, I'll call Megan. She's watching Eurovision. I know that's what everyone else has got on one on the screen in the commentary box. I know I certainly do. I have got the Eurovision Song Contest on as well. We're hosting. I particularly like as well the Austrian entry. That's the first one that was on this evening. That was quite poppy. Like that one. It was about Edgar Allan Poe. Although what it had to do with Edgar Allan Poe, I don't know. Meantime, though, Richie, coming to you as well.
Wait until Norway's is on. That's good.
I just look forward to Norway's. Richie, coming to you as well. Rossi Rosacrest Award, the McLaren train is now being held up by Lundgaard in fourth. And Pelot's able to escape in the distance. This isn't working out the way McLaren wanted to, but then again, what's new for McLaren in any series?
Well, yes, that's it's better the fact that I'm 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and not 13th, 14th, and 15th, of course. But also, I'm looking at Ericsson. I'm noticing he's trying to quickly close that gap between him and Herta, and it's closing down slowly. But obviously, being held up by Harvey for a couple of laps has really made that gap. Well, I think it was a good second and a half larger than what it should have been. So Ericsson's got a lot of work to do. Looking forward as well, Newgarden, he's kind of sat back off this McLaren train at the moment, not getting too involved with that. But I think everyone's now getting themselves into their own little trains. Also, Dixon, you can see on the screen, he's getting a bit close to Harvey, about 5/10. And actually, Harvey's, is he pitting? Yep, he's pitting.
Yeah. So into pit there then, Jack Harvey.
Perfect timing.
Once again, Richie, your commentator's curse is legendary at the moment. Harvey into
It's
the
not a
pits.
curse, is it? Surely he should be pitting.
Prediction, maybe, yeah. Hey, Josh, that looks like a scrubbed set of reds. That's not brand new, is it? They're scrubbed.
Yeah, it does look like they're scrubbed as well, but that's an interesting call from Jack Harvey. It looks like they're doing the around the same strategy as what VK's done, but VK, I believe, had new tyres, not scrubbed set of tyres, so those could have been used in one of the practice sessions or maybe qualifying as well, just to get one lap under them as well. But Alex Blow out front got a 4.5 second lead to Lundgaard. But what I do like is that third is Rossi, who is number 7, fourth is Rosenquist, who is number 6, and then fifth is O'Ward, who is number 5. So it's 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect way to go around, isn't it, at the moment? I liking that. O'Ward, the only one who's got the correct order. Team communication.
Last 2 laps.
Get your magic marker back out.
Presumably that's Pelot, who wants to go another 2 laps as well. I wish it would say, when it says team communication, who it is actually they're talking to. NBC still got a little way to go on this little graphic as well. Sid, coming to you then. Who's your prediction for leading after the pit stops from this battle at the moment we're seeing out on the circuit? Pelot's got it in hand to me at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too, to be honest. Doing a very good job. Yeah, with IndyCar, personally, I'm always struggling a little bit to follow the strategy, so I just always watch what's going to happen, and I'm struggling to know what's going on, what's going to happen often with IndyCar, so that's why, yeah, maybe it's also different to view it like that, but yeah, I wonder who's going to be in front, yeah.
They're pushing it as hard as they can as well as they come through. First pit stop opportunities of this race is coming up. Reminder, we are going to be live for all of the Indy 500 practice and qualifying over the next 2 weeks as well. All 6 hours a day. The times for that is going up in a Google Drive for us commentators, by the way, to put in when you are around. And if you want to hop on the stream. Yep.
Pitting, I believe.
Pit stop radio.
Henge, does that feel
Newgarden, yeah, so Newgarden in, Grosjean in, Ferrucci in.
Ferrucci as well.
So they're all on the alternatives. Yeah, all on the alternative tyres. So they're coming in normally, but the primary runners staying out. And how long can Pelot go? He's on the alternative tyre. I'm not surprised that Power's come in, to be fair, although the timing tower hasn't told us Power's in. No, that's not Power, is it? That's Newgarden.
That gap between Lundgaard and Pluy is coming down.
3.5,
4.6, 4.7, it's now 3.5.
Tell you what, though. Yeah, go on, Richie.
3.3. The gap is come down a lot, so not sure if Pelot's just like hanging off, letting his nursing his tyres a bit, or if he's had some sort of issue because
he's boxing.
He's losing lots of time.
He's in.
Yep. So he must have got the call to come in, and he was setting that up. Rossi's in too. Lundgaard's going to take the lead of the race. He's on the primary tyres. He can go longer in this first stint. And Pelot's going to dive in as well. Here he is, race leader in then. Lundgaard leads. Rosenquist second, O'Ward third, finally. But McLaren won that lead of the race. It's not happening. Daly in two. Ilot's left the pit lane. So now it's a race off.
Well,
they're all coming in. Rossi, as you say, Rossi in as well. Here we go on board. Let's go to pit road.
Go to a set of the Firestone. These are the black sidewalls. They're not quite as quick, but they will last longer, Marty.
Kevin, it's funny that Alex Palou was the one who told me after the first practice Saturday, I think this could be a Friday, I think this could be a primary race during the race on Saturday. He is going to go to those primaries here. Could not stand it on the alternates anymore, and they just asked Christian Lundgaard a moment ago, can you stay out longer? He said, absolutely. I feel fine right now. No handling issues at all.
Interesting.
I've lost the YouTube chat, so I apologise if people have been sending in messages and I can't see them. I haven't got the YouTube chat as they come back through. So when is Lundgaard going to pit, do you think, Synth? Oh, hang on 2 seconds.
We got to pass now.
And that's good advice. That's good good counsel. You don't want to get caught in traffic. What was so good was that...
Yeah, he's approaching the traffic though because he's got Callum Ilott directly ahead of him. The 45 in the green dot is the leader. Looking ahead is Ilott, so he's going to get past him ASAP. And this is not what we want, is it? Synth as well. He's on an alternative strategy and the traffic's right in front of him and he's going to held him up, falling back into the clutches of the two McLarens.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to try to navigate his way through there as quickly as possible. So, but yeah, that's going to cost him time.
Just quickly, hello to Eddie Gross. He says, hi everyone, did Cash Neves make the race? He did. Cash Neves is racing, and currently Helio is running in 21st position. Tom Dillon has said, evening all, finally enjoying an IndyCar race on the telly because the family are out watching Eurovision. Just seen ads on a Joshua Birch stream. World is going mad. Yes, it is. With monetization as well. Money, money, money. We're at 1.21, by the way, and that is so close to Newgarden, almost running over some of his pit equipment. And Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, that would be a penalty if he did that, didn't he? Is Lundgaard coming in?
yeah, I do believe so. It definitely is a penalty in NASCAR, and I do believe it's a penalty as well in IndyCar, but also, along with the penalty, it's also damaging pit equipment. But here comes Lundgaard, so Rosenquist, which means McLaren are 1-2 right now with O'Ward in second. Lundgaard comes in down to the pit speed as well. Scott McLaughlin in the number 3 comes in as well from 8th position. We'll keep an eye on him as well, and we'll power again.
Into the pit there comes Lundgaard. He's going to turn off the black primaries and go on to red alternatives.
That can win this race playing the conservative strategy. They got a couple of extra laps there on the 10 cars. They're going to go with the alternate tires, but yeah, how counter thought is this coming into the weekend that they might go with a shorter stint on the alternate tires, and primaries might be the way to go. Scott McLaughlin also on pit road as well.
Yeah, but this is crucial because look, Alex Palou's got ahead into turn 1 of Lundgaard, so that has not worked out in terms of an overcut. So that did not work at all, Richie. The undercut didn't work. The overcut has worked. So it's just like what we saw in PSGL the other night.
And that was Rossi and Lundgaard fighting there as well, down for 11th place. And yes, it is like what we saw in PSGL indeed. Very similar, but he said we don't race 85 laps of Brazil.
That's true.
That's the only difference.
No radio communication, yeah.
And we can't crown Drake Dempsey champion here, even though it is his home sport.
I'm sure we can get him in an IndyCar and crown him if he races something like that. I'm sure he would be.
Ericsson on Herta.
Yeah, so and Herta's into the pits. So is Devlin Di Francesco, so they're both in. That's a surprise to me. I thought Herta, he was on the alternative tyre, might try and take it a little bit longer. But is he going to get out of Lundgaard? I don't think so, because Lundgaard is coming into the last 2 parts of the track. There is Colton. Let's head down pit road.
Marty, here comes Colton Herta.
It's been a rough weekend for Colton Herta. He lost an engine in that first practice session, which was a long one. They pretty much missed the entire session. And now in the race, he said the rear bar, which is an adjustment he can use, is now stuck in place. So that takes away one thing Colton Herta can do behind the wheel. Hasn't gained a ton of track position, the defending winner of this race.
So, as you say, what was that? Palou and Lundgaard at 8th and 9th now there at the moment.
4/10 between them, and it was 4 seconds 5 laps ago. So
Rose-
they're getting a lot closer now,
Both-
and hers is going to come out in 15th, 16th, and yeah, pretty decent there. Comes out
Who's he
16th
ahead of?
of
VK.
yes.
Your man, Synth. Your man, VK.
Yeah, well, he's going to pull away very quickly, I'm
Frozen
afraid.
feet. And Wood pitting as well at the same time. Also, quick question: what's everyone's favourite livery?
I'm going to say it's not actually in this race. My favourite livery is the McLaren.
Well, livery now.
Oh, livery now. Scott Dixon's. I really like that one. The orange and blue.
So looking
flash.
through, mine is either Grosjean's or New Gardens.
Yeah, Grosjean's is pretty nice this weekend as well. DHL livery is
Honestly,
good.
Red Bull.
Slow stop for O'Ward, so he's going to go out just behind his teammate of Rosenquist as Pelot's going to get in, but Pelot's right in the back of car. Kirkwood in towards turn 1 and makes the move. Kirkwood back out the circuit after pitting earlier on in the race, just letting everybody through, it looks like. But Ericsson leads, the Indy 500 champion of 2022, leads the Grand Prix of Indianapolis, sponsored by GMR. With Dixon 4.78 seconds behind him, as IndyCar's app decides doesn't want to show anything there. Look, there's Colton Herta's
Lundgaard as
head.
well. Up the inside on Kirkwood, get straight through there. Kirkwood didn't really defend that hard, knows there's no point in doing so. So now it's Lundgaard's chance to try and get back to Pelot. Also, the McLaren's coming out again now, sitting 8th, 9th and 10th, which I believe is still, technically, well, at the moment 4th, 5th and 6th, but they should catch up to Kirkwood pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're going to.
Ericsson pitting, the race leader.
Bet Dixon
the
will too.
championship leader, if I'm correct.
Yep, and Dixon in 2. So is Augustin Canepo. So Rahal will take the lead with Pelot 2nd, Lundgaard in 3rd, and Rahal has yet to stop. Oh, actually, has Rahal stopped? According to our timing screen, he's done 2 stops.
Ericsson's still leading on my screen.
It hasn't changed over. According to
This is
my...
messing up.
There we go.
Rahal has pitted twice.
Rahal has pitted twice.
I do believe so.
But on our timing screen, it's still showing Marcus Ericsson in the lead of the race. Dixon leaves now. Ericsson's dropped down to 8th. The timing tower's got no idea what's going on at the moment. We'll wait for that to resync. But it is Graham Rahal leading the race, and he has stopped twice. So this is Rahal's net lead with Pelot in 2nd under pressure from Lundgaard, who dives up the inside, down the boulevard, locks up, makes the move, goes a little bit wide. Pelot's going to try and come back round the outside, but now we go to the annoying infield section that's been modified since when Formula 1 raced here. It was modified back in 2008, a year after we left as well, into an actual decent track. But they've lost out there as well. And there's Dixon. That is having a battle, I believe. That is with...
Kirkwood and Rosenquist.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
Pasinode.
Yeah, so Dixon and Pagenaud, yeah. Same livery. Very confusing. So
And, well, Kirkwood's
Pitting.
pitting. Speaking of Kirkwood, at least. Yep, there we are. So, Rahal technically has the lead then if he's pitted twice.
yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
a
thinking.
dramatic turn of events.
Nobody expected that. So Graham Rahal, who at the start of the race, remember, had the problem, got forced out wide, he's now leading the race by 3.9 seconds, and he stopped, which means he is the race leader. I've never seen that
Also,
before.
VK's had a great start as well, hasn't he?
Up to
Sitting in
9th. Yeah.
And he's pitted, hasn't he, as well?
Everyone's now has.
So, the question is as well, because he's pitted too early, it could filter him back throughout the race.
Yeah,
So you're going to have to pit early again, if you get what I mean.
I do. So we need to work out when Rahal last pitted. He's got 196 seconds left to push to pass as well, according to that monitor. What are you making of this, Synth? Oh!
Oh, well, there is VK. We were just talking about him, and Ericsson is going to try and get past, but, well, VK is clearly defending. Why wouldn't he? It's for track position, and they've both made a pit stop, so... Ericsson's got so much more speed, but through this section it's just so difficult to overtake, and I think he might get him on this straight.
Okay.
Push.
Easily.
Here we go, in towards the break, he's out for the chicane, Ericsson slipping up the inside and makes the move. VK can do nothing, he'll try, hang on a minute, Ericsson let it through. What was that? Ericsson dove out to try and defend on VK going in the outside, And now it's the best straight possible for VK. He's going to get a lovely toe off of Marcus Ericsson as well. Down with a Chip Ganassi racing towards turn 1. Is he going to have enough speed to make the move? He pulls out to have a look. Not going to work into the braking zone for T1. That's a disappointment, but good move there.
Yeah, and Ray Hall has been on his current tyres from my time on screen since lap 5. So 21 laps, 22 now.
So he is going to have to come into the pit lane again then. He caught up because of that caution, didn't he?
The gap's coming down heavily as well. The gap's super. We said it was 3.5. And also now Blue's dropped off the back of Lundgaard.
If you're rejoining us on NBC, welcome
Rossi
back.
and Award are getting close.
There they are as well. Rossi 5th, Award 6th. Welcome back to viewers on NBC, those who sync up with that coverage as well. It's lap 26 of 85. Ray Hall leads, Lundgaard in 2nd, below 3rd, Rosencrest 4th, Award as well is in 6th position. Rossi in the top 5 as well, just having that overtake manoeuvre done. We're riding with Jack Harvey, I believe, on the screen now at the moment. Just having a look in the other Hy-Vee squad as well as it comes through in the secondary of the secondary of the Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing. And here is Jack Harvey on board now. So this is Christian Lundgaard in 2nd position. I'm all over the place. Let's catch up with our pit reporter, Omi. Omi, what have you made of this with 59 to go? He's not there. Josh, take it.
Well, yeah, Omi has Omi's currently panicking because we've randomly thrown to him, but yeah, everything is good right now. He told me, well, Omi told me before the race that he was going to go to sleep, and when he heard his name called, he was going to wake up. I don't know how true that is. I think he might have been joking, but I think it might have actually happened. But let's have a look at a replay here going down the boulevard into turn 7. This is Lundgaard down the inside of Palou, locks up a little bit on the front left as well. And then that is Palou trying to get the cut back as well through there. But that's not good for his tyres, that little lock up into turn 7.
No, it's not, is it, Synth, as well? That's gonna, he's going to have to carry that so long into this stint now. At least another 7 or 8 laps, according to my screen.
Yeah, well, luckily at least he made the corner, of course, but that lock-up not helping. Here we can see some more battles going on without a lock-up in this case.
This is a Ward on the inside of... Which McLaren was that? Rossi.
That was Rossi. I've got to say, I prefer the black and orange over the blue and orange.
The McLarens being together on the track is a nightmare for us commentators because you cannot tell who they are. You can't see the numbers on the side of the car, and you can't see any, because unlike in Formula 1, they don't have a halo identifier, and they don't have a T-cam set up because they don't have T-cams.
Well, we know that Award's the black and orange McLaren, but Rosenqvist and Rossi, you can't really tell.
Rosenqvist has the white halo and the white front, and Rossi has the black halo and the black front.
You just got to remember that.
Francesco's gone past Harvey.
Ah, yeah, so Harvey's dropping down again.
Down massively through the field, isn't he?
Started 3rd.
13th.
Yeah. God, it's just
big
getting
shame,
worse.
Big shame indeed.
It's getting worse for him all the time. 57 laps to go, coming up to lap 30 of 85. This race does fly by. We've been doing it now for 38 minutes since the green flag fell. As the racing continues here.
Watching Lundgaard, his POVs he starts to gain on Rahal now. So this could get very interesting about actually, because still, Rahal will still want to defend this position because it is track position for now. I think he knows keeping this first is definitely not going to happen, but why not fight for it?
What's that old saying I keep saying? Cautiously, wildly accelerating. Is Omi back with us? Omi?
Yes, I just had to run over. I was just quickly... I just quickly went to do something, so I just had to run over. But yeah, I'm here.
What do you make of the race so far? I'm sorry to throw to you again randomly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's been a bit something quiet. Okay, I'll say it. It's been a bit quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah,
been a bit quiet, but it's had its moments. And I think we're about to get some more action with Lundgaard now inside 1 second of Rahal, so that's going to be a bit of an interesting scrap there. for the lead. I think Palau might be in a better position here. He's just going to wait for Lundgaard's tyres to wear off, so that's going to be interesting there. So he might be able to come back later on. So I think I still think we have a lot to happen. So it's going to be an interesting race, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Graham Rahal, by the way, leads in the Rahal Letterman Lanigan racing car, and he's got his driver behind him. Something tells me I don't think this is going to be a battle that is going to happen as well. I don't know why. I think, Rich, it's the cynic in me. It's the Red Bull in me that they're not going to do anything.
Well, that is Red Bull.
There's quite a lot going on in the back. You can see Harvey dropping down, much more drop behind Pagenaud and Dixon as well. And Di Francesco is overtaking Armstrong. So there's quite some things going on. I think Power just overtook Castroneves as well, but we're all missing it. Oh, and Pagenaud gets past Armstrong as well now.
I was going to say, with Lundgaard again on Rahal, if Lundgaard can't get through quickly, it brings Palu back into it, and also Rosenqvist, he's gained a lot actually on Palu. That gap's a better second now.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, Lundgaard needs to get through pretty much instantly as soon as he gets right on the back of Rahal. And yeah, like you said at the back, also Armstrong fighting with McLaughlin as well. That's for 14th, and Dixon also getting involved, so that makes a battle for 13th.
Getting
yeah, we don't get to see any of that.
Team
Harvey, he's dropped down behind Grosjean.
And that's why, because we've got a three-way fight down
Here
towards turn one. That's McLaughlin under pressure. And there on the inside, that is Romain Grosjean making a move. And Callum Rylott trying to get involved. Not going to pay off there. Sorry, that's Marcus Ericsson. Marcus Armstrong getting involved there as well. So many Marcuses, and it's late and it's getting warm in the commentary box.
There, very nice.
It's getting really hot in this commentary box. Graham Rahal is into the pit lane, guys. So there he goes, in down pit road.
Look at that, this is train. There's so many cars close together. Here we can see back to the top.
That's a Lundgaard takes it.
Hitting.
Lundgaard takes the lead.
Yeah.
Palau second, Rosenqvist third. The action starting to come. Let's head down pit road and see what Rahal put on his tyres. Matty?
Early for the tire down all the way back to 23rd. Pitting
Kevin
for the
Lee.
lead, a little bit off sequence and coming in a couple of laps earlier than they wanted. Graham told me before the race, really worried about making the alternate softers last. Well, this is going to be the stint. He only did a lap on the scuffed reds. Now he's on primaries to try to go as long as he can.
So the tyres start to come into it. Let's take a look at the battle camera for a second. We've done 31 laps, 1 lap 32 of this race. As you can see, push to pass check. Palau's got 155, Lundgaard 107. This is the IndyCar GMR Grand Prix. Spinner in the middle of the pack.
Oh.
And that's going to out of caution. It's the 30. It's
Harvey, isn't it?
Yeah, Harvey doing a 360, continuing nearly getting collected, I believe, by the back of
Helio, wasn't it?
No, that was Helio Castroneves nearly ran into him. Powers in the black and red.
Oh, because there was a second one. There was
Looks
a second
New
one.
Garden-ish.
Spin and 360
Red.
for Harvey. It was Castroneves though.
It wasn't a replay, it wasn't, right?
No, Castroneves now ahead
I
of
thought
Harvey.
it was. I thought it was going to be a replay at first.
No.
Now Herter and Ericsson get into a little battle.
Yeah, Power's gone through, you're right. Power went through. So look, Kirkwood went through, Ferrucci went through, Power went through, Castroneves went through. That's the one I picked up on. Ilott went through, and now Harvey's
Ilott
down
went
23rd.
through.
Yeah. Armstrong down to 24th
So
position as well.
Castroneves that nearly hit him as well.
Yeah, so we were all calling out the right numbers there as they made contact down towards the braking zone. So here's me thinking, I'll just take a sit down for a second. Harvey's into the pit lane to change tyres. Yeah, I thought, I'll just sit down for a second, do a bit of radio commentary with the track guy, and then all of a sudden there's a car spinning round. I've been on my feet all day, and when I say I've worn through my shoes, I've actually worn a hole in my shoes.
Francesco.
There you got it. Devlin is up. He's past VK, is he?
And also that's Harvey pitting.
Ah, yeah. So he's believe new tyres going on. We'll let Josh and Naomi take a look at that. They've got the data screens. Never mind. We see it on our screens now. Lost the internet. I knew it. I pressed the desk, and I shouldn't have pressed the desk as well. So let's go over to Tom Game On while we get our data back, because we've lost part of it.
One or two talking about Kirkwood and Power, that penalty earlier on in the race. Eat, sleep, race, repeat, saying where was Kirkwood meant to go. Jack saying I would have said Power's at fault. Do you know what? My gut feeling was actually Kirkwood could have got out of it earlier, because when you're going around the outside, the car on the inside's only heading one place, and that's to the exit. I don't think Power drove him off. It was just that he was heading towards the exit. 2 into 1 doesn't go there. So could Kirkwood had sensed that he needed to get out of that? Either way, it was scrappy, and then the penalty applied to Carl Kirkwood as we go on board with his teammate Colton Herter, who's just been passed, I think, by Marcus Ericsson, the championship leader, on a charge in his Chip Ganassi machine. He's up to 7th now as Lundgaard continues to lead.
Action coming all the way through here then. 52 laps to go in this race. I've reconnected the internet. I've actually changed the lead. I have 2 of these little Ethernet to USB devices. You might have seen me fiddling around with the white one. I've switched it out now. So the white one's in and the black one's come out for a little bit of a rest, because they do get a little bit too hot as well. Senthil, 50 laps to go. We're on lap 35 of this race. Anything? Because well, it has been a little bit quiet as we now see Armstrong on the inside of Palou. That's to get a lap back.
Well, we've just seen a spinner, of course. Well, it can change any moment, of course, with any caution. But for now, it's indeed been pretty quiet. We see Dixon. Oh yeah, Pagenaud, I think, is in the pits now.
Yeah, Pagenaud in, so that's his
I'm
second
hearing myself
stop.
twice.
I swear that's Josh, it can't be me.
Oh, Josh is gone. I don't know
Can you
where
hear me
he's gone.
since? Right, so it's
Where's
not me.
Josh?
Josh has disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm here. I hope. That's good. I hope I'm there. Let me just check the mic settings. Yeah, all there. So I'm here. Josh T has vanished, probably to try and fix something. And that's probably why you can hear yourself twice, because Josh filters back in everything through his ears as well. As it comes through. What about you, Richie? What have you made of the race so far?
It's nice to see overtaking. That's definitely something. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that Formula 1 anymore. And I'm not saying that against Red Bull, of course.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in general.
Is that why you put a Ferrari shirt on today? I was wondering.
Well, actually, funny story. I was in the shop today, and a man said to me, he says, "Your Ferrari T-shirt looks very nice." He said, "But it doesn't look that nice on the drivers." I thought, oh, fair enough.
That's an ultimate dig, isn't it?
Well, I thought he was mentioning the fact of how bad they're doing in terms of, I suppose, thing. Yes, it doesn't look that nice on them in the car.
Yeah, we've lost it. Oh no, we're back.
Each their own, I suppose. And
gone.
I would have also got many haters because I was walking around the town with my Ferrari jacket, and my Red Bull T-shirt. I mean, no, my Ferrari T-shirt, and my Red Bull jacket.
Oh, Richie.
So next, I'm going to get Mercedes hat.
Richie.
I do that too.
And then Aston Martin shoes.
I've got a Ferrari shirt and a Red Bull jacket as well, to be honest.
I like the old version with the white rather than the black. So I have the 2020 version. It's Leclerc's one.
I'm trying to look around the comment box because we've just redecorated slightly with some new soundproof. You might be able to see it through the curtain there, the little white mesh
I suppose you
there.
haven't got some merch, Josh.
I don't think I do.
You should get Fernando Alonso to sign some next time you see him.
I don't need to.
You make very common appearances.
Yeah, he sent me. Okay, so it seems that we've lost some audio from the track there. Not sure how long it's been since we lost the audio. If those of you who are watching can tell us. But it doesn't really matter because we're going green, everybody. The long wait is over. What on earth has happened to that? Practice is under delay. Either way, we get rid of that. We are going green because the cars are coming back onto the circuit. Probably didn't lose it for that long, but yes, we are coming back. The cars have left, and now if I can just get this stream on to take a look for you as well. At the side, unfortunately, we just lost it as it's all going now wrong, horribly. I need to press a button. Here we go, and now as you can see, cars are in the pit lane, and we also have brilliantly, finally, got the ability to have a session. Now, there is more rain predicted in an hour's time as well, but as things currently stand, we are all set to go. Fingers crossed for what should be a very entertaining session. Let's check in as well. Worried we can't hear any audio as well from the trackside cameras. That is a worry. But yeah, practice was under delay. Wheels are going on, and for the first time, it looks like we're actually going to have some form of action, and that is confirmed as we have now got the timing tower active here on the control for the session. So it looks like we are moments away, hopefully from resyncing up as well. Don't know where our audio has gone from our devices, because right now we are trying to play audio, but no audio is coming through from the circuit. But looks like finally our work's going to pay off, so we'll open up USON as well and prepare to go live there. Just got to find the Mixler app now as well, and remember the USON I think it's USON login as well to get ready. But fingers crossed, we're going to be in for a fun session. Rain predicted within an hour, so be that in mind as well. As we'll have to say, yeah, remind me later about a Mixler version as well to change over, because I need to get everything operational ready as well. So Sky, I believe, are about to come back on air, and we will hear from them. Top of the hour, 44 car getting pushed down onto pit road as well. So it looks like everything has finally run smoothly out here for the Grand Prix practice for the Indy 500 to get underway. Thanks everyone for sticking with us throughout all of this, and we know it's been hell, believe me, believe us. It's been waiting around since 2 o'clock in the afternoon for a session to get going. That has just taken absolutely ages. So hopefully, as I remember the password for everything. Yeah, I'm in. Nope, not in. Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it, as we try and see. Cars coming down a pit road, dry ice getting locked in as well, which is always a good sign. And everyone now in their positions. We're ready to go. We've been waiting to go for the 500 as well. Apparently I know why. Nope. Username and password don't match. Well, that's always fun, isn't it? I need a co-commentator. That's what I need. So we'll wait to see if we've got anybody around. I'll just open up the Discord. You can probably hear that opening in the side as well. And I bet you 10 quid. Oh, no, the USB video is still working. Brilliant. So almost all set to go then. Let us know where you're watching from as well around the UK. We want to get in touch. The car's on pit road as well, as you can see on the tweet deck operator. Everyone's now on. I can see currently 3 cars down there on pit road. Tyres are getting put on. The track has dried out massively, so there's obviously no standing water out there for anyone to get in trouble. And fingers crossed, we're going to get some practice. Now, practice 2 was scheduled for 8 p.m. British summer time. So what exactly the plan is going to be from IndyCar, we have yet to be told. Whether we're going to have just everybody go out there on the track together, whether we're going to run the refreshers first off or go straight to practice 2, that is the question. Because right now, we've got no idea what is happening. Somebody who could tell us, though, is the wonderful team at the IndyCar Radio Network. They're talking to us now, I believe, as well, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Mixler. Let's have a word with them now. You ask and you don't receive. Well, actually, I can hear them, but it's just not working. So I'm wondering if there's a problem with one of the bus mixer things. So I'm going to try another little device here. Nope, so I think either the cable's not working or we've got a problem with connections. So either way, front nose cones coming in as well. Riders getting to their equipments and also looking forward to all of the action to go green. Practice delayed due to the conditions. That's what we've got hold of right now. But we're hearing nothing from IndyCar's radio network. So everybody's gone quiet down here as we are set to go racing, but nothing is apparently coming up. So while we wait, we shall return you to the... Oh, and Omi's here as well. That's going to get fun. So let's have a quick word from Omi before we throw back. Hello, Omi. Can you hear me?
Hello, Joss. Yes, I can.
Brilliant. That confirms one thing. Our cable's not dead. Well, we're all sat around here waiting for something to happen, but nothing is happening at the moment. It's been delay after delay, but how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Oh,
Yeah, I'm doing well. I have heard that there hasn't been any running at all, so that's a bit. So obviously they get a lot of time, but it's been a bit of a quiet day, hasn't it?
We've got some audio from the track in the background, which is fantastic. I'm trying to find the login details as well for USRN to start them up. Drivers are getting their fire suits on. Sky F1 isn't showing this. IndyCar Radio Network's all there as well. I can see Katie down there. So we're just prepping, just waiting. But yeah, all been a bit quiet. We've just been sat around waiting for absolutely nothing to happen. And I'm pretty sure everyone's getting bored of listening to me as well for even these briefest of moments. But we've got a whole month to get used to it as well. So I would say smile as well, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Cars are getting fired up in the background, I can hear. So it's just a matter of time and waiting. That is hopefully going to become Omi. There we are on the TV pictures as we wait for the graphics to load in for the Indy 500. I'm watching Alex Palou coming in there, and now the McLaren guys coming in. There's Callum Ilott watching. So all waiting, all ready to go green, and hopefully soon we are going to hear from the team. We'll get this underway for the Indianapolis Grand Prix weekend for the 500 as well. I'm hearing Alan Bestwick in the background on the radio. Oh, right, we're going to switch over now because the IndyCar Radio Network, I believe, has started. I'm going to cross over and have a word with now, hopefully as well, on Mixler. So fingers crossed. I don't know why I just did that, because it's on here that I need to get to. So everything's going wrong as well. If you're watching here, nothing exactly is going 100% as we wait to hear from everybody. Just getting rain delays constantly as well. We've got nothing to throw to. Let's go back to Texas then while we wait with NBC.
The grass as Arrow McLaren runs first, third, and fourth there. Teammates O'Ward and Rossi side by side in the orange and black cars.
Great to see so much side-by-side action. Some three wide now as we head down into turn 3. Felix Rosenqvist still at the point. Look at the McLarens, just absolutely killing it right now.
That white and blue car is Joseph Newgarden. You just heard him talking to Townsend, and here he comes. Meanwhile, Scott Dixon around the outside of the pole sitter to take the lead. The 5-time winner here is out in front.
That's a brave and forceful move from Dixon, setting the tone for this race. Man, there's a lot of action, a lot of moving around, even at the back of the field. And look at Rossi, I believe, going side by side there.
Joseph Newgarden's now taken second place away from Felix Rosenqvist. I think great laps off the start from both Scott Dixon and Joseph Newgarden as Joseph maybe tries the outside of Scott and he takes the point.
There's several drivers saying this could be like the Texas of old. Multi-lane, multi-groove racing, lots of passing. We've seen it already and we're only on lap 3.
And why the aggression to lead early? Because it puts you in control. As teammates Pato O'Ward and Felix Rosenqvist now run side by side further back in the McLarens. Now Dixon back to the front.
What a start to this PPG 375. Multiple leaders, lots of passing. It is game on, Hinch.
Yesterday, they gave these drivers a session and an extra set of tires to run exclusively in that second lane to get some rubber down, get them comfortable. And guys, it is paying off already. So many passes up at the front, down through the field. Some great side-by-side action. And Marty Snyder, you must have a great view from down there in pit lane.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Look at these drivers trying to use that higher line. But after that session, you mentioned, Hinch, there was a NASCAR Truck Series race here last night. So that's different rubber. So, Hinch, talk about that. A lot of drivers were worried about using that high line because of the different rubber, but it seems fantastic right now.
It does seem to be working. And look, we've run here with the trucks before, as we see Joseph Newgarden in the PPG blue and white machine go back to the front. And it's something that teams have experienced. So even though the drivers were a little hesitant, we've seen this before, you're going to feel the car a little bit different in that first stint. But once we get one stint of Firestone rubber down, this track's really going to come alive, and it's already racing really well.
There should be no surprise that the two guys up front have both won twice in the last 5 years. It is a good intra-team scrap here between Alexander Rossi and the pole man, Felix Rosenqvist, as they both tuck in behind Pato O'Ward. So the three Arrow McLaren Chevrolets all in a line, and here comes the birthday boy from yesterday. Look at him on the inside, Alex Palou in the American Legion Honda, Dave.
And watching Felix Rosenqvist, who fell back from the pole there at the start and then gained a position back on his teammate. As you see now, Palou taking that position over for fifth. Rosenqvist is okay, nothing on the radio so far, and trying that high line. He went back around it to pass his teammate Alexander Rossi. Racing director Gavin Ward told me for the McLarens, we need to be sensible as this race starts. It looks like Rosenqvist has been. He's collected it now and trying to move back up.
You know, the last few seasons, this race has been a little bit more of a track position race. You don't see this kind of action as we see Pato O'Ward now around Scott Dixon on the high line. This is the most frantic start. Normally the first few laps, you see a lot of action, then you settle into a rhythm. There is no settling right now. These drivers are white-knuckling these steering wheels and going for it.
If Pato O'Ward wants more, this guy looked so good in practice yesterday running the high line. He was the most comfortable driver in that very uncomfortable position in the high groove. Alex Palou moving forward, so it's Penske, McLaren, Ganassi running 1, 2, 3, and the McLaren teammates further back with Rossi and Rosenqvist are just grinding on it.
And the other orange and blue car ahead of them is Scott Dixon, who has gone from the lead now to drift back to fourth place and seems content, seems to be doing that on purpose.
I almost thought that exact same thing. He let his teammate Alex Palou go, didn't want to force it as we watched Palou in the blue and white machine try to attack Pato O'Ward, but Scott knows this is a long race. You got to save a little bit of fuel, Townsend. You don't want to be out front burning maximum fuel. You want to maybe save a little bit, start taking care of your tires. Don't just push 10/10ths this entire first stint when the track's still a little green.
One thing that's helping the degradation of the tires right now, cloud cover. With storms approaching, it keeps the track temperature down. It allows the Firestones to last a lot longer. Track temp just 79 degrees. It was almost 100 yesterday in the peak of practice.
We're going to take you back and show you something that happened to new McLaren driver Alexander Rossi. Check this out. Top box.
Oh, dropping wheels on the dog leg. It is so challenging, Townsend, the dog legs here, the front straightaway. It's got these two little left-hand kinks, but you're going 220 miles an hour. The car's not set up to be on a flat part of the racetrack like that. It is so sketchy, especially in dirty air. There's less downforce on the car. It can move a ton, and that amount of correction at that speed is massive from inside the cockpit.
And when you make that move, you rely so much on your teammate or the car in front to leave you some room. O'Ward not leaving his teammate any room. Roman Grosjean in that yellow and red DHL car now pressing Team Penske's Will Power pretty heavily on the high side.
It was not a great result here last year for Grosjean in his first drive at Texas, and he has drifted up wide there and he's lost a position, but he looked pretty good yesterday. He seemed to feel comfortable up on that second lane, second groove.
Yeah, I spoke to Grosjean after that second practice, and he was definitely a lot more comfortable with this car than he was here last year, but you just saw that move there. He was on the outside of Will Power. Will in the wheel tracks of the car in front, got that aero wash, less front grip, started to slide up the racetrack right in front of Romain Grosjean and took all of his grip away. You saw him had to get out of the throttle, lost another position to David Malukas. So this is the ebb and flow right now of this oval 1.5 mile racing.
Grosjean is the lead car in the quartet out of Andretti Autosport. Race leader, the guy who won 5 times last year, Joseph Newgarden.
Well, that's enough there because we are about to get going from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And finally, there we get the confirmation. It's been a long time coming. We can now get ready to go. Here we are, the month of May. It is time for the first practice session of 2023. We've had to wait for it. Oh boy, have we had to wait for it as well. Now, finally, we can get going. Hello to everybody listening in on USRN and on JB Motorsports. This is it. The start of the Indy 500 is 2 minutes away. Let's go out to Katie in the pit lane.
Easing in, velocitizing. I thought that was a really great word. Making sure you're getting used to the speed as we make our way on down here. Alex Palou in his car was just out here. The team was testing it. I asked, hey, how's it feeling? How's it running? And they said it's in good shape. They know it sounds good, which, hey, leave in the garage if it sounds good. That's all they really can ask for on a day like this. It's time now to go to Nate Ryan, who is covering the pits.
Thanks, Kate. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I did just feel a sprinkle or two. I was not feeling it for about 15 minutes, but currently it's a little bit of spitting rain right now. 65 degrees, a little bit cloudy. Certainly a flurry of activity here in the pits. The drivers were here, many of them before their cars. I've seen cars rolling by here still the last couple of minutes as teams get ready for this install lap. But I'd say there is a lot of nervous anticipation as drivers and teams get prepared and ready to go on track for the first time in practice for the 107th Indy 500.
Omi's with us in the commentary box as well. Omi, are you predicting wet weather, or are we going to see green for the next couple of hours? What's your take? Is that Omi? Can you hear me? Omi? Omi can't hear me. Okay, so something's happened. Oh.
Hello, Josh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was actually muted, but so yeah, we're hoping, but it could easily just decide to rain again, and we get to this situation where we're just waiting again. But let's hope we can get some running, and we can finally get the cars on the racetrack.
Absolutely. Fingers are crossed. Everything is ready to go, and we are just waiting. Hello, everybody watching in. Hopefully everyone's going to be happy with this. Got the timing tower. It's going to be a 2-hour, 15-minute session. That's the news we've been given from race control as well. Come up to the main cameras. Cars now being already loaded into the pit lane. Malukas, Daly, Hunter A. Rossi and Carpenter. Now they are going to be currently the ones who've crossed the transponder as well. At the moment, we're not taking a look at too much with the weather. It looks to be clear. I want to say well done to Matthew Owens this morning on USRN as well, who covered quite a bit of the action before it was obvious that we were going to lose out on the time. And also I want to say congratulations as well to everybody who stuck by. Let's have a word with one of our drivers, shall we? I'd love to say that, but we've lost...
We're still waiting for the weather to clear.
Oh, okay. Okay, we've lost everything.
You know, I mean, I'm...
Oh no.
Okay, let's rejoin, shall we? We've had a bit of a disconnect and we've lost some power, but hopefully we're not going to lose too much shortly as well.
Aerodynamically in particular, so we'd like to run as much as possible, so hopefully it'll clear. And
okay, we've lost
racing coming off a decent weekend, the best weekend certainly of the.
We've lost TV pictures just as we're getting ready to get going. They've had a power cut or something trackside. The pictures are darting in and out as well.
Like the morale is good.
And
People
they're coming
are
back
upbeat.
and
The
then we're
guys
losing
are
them.
excited in the shop. And that's such a big part of this. I mean, everybody pours so much into this. Just to see a little bit of the twinkle come back in their eye is a great thing. And there's a lot of fire within this organization. And so hopefully over the next couple of weeks we can have a good practice week, good qualifying this weekend. And we typically perform well on race day. So hopefully, we can start towards the front and make our job a lot easier.
A lot of fire in the organization, Grant, but you were telling us earlier today you still have a lot of competitive fire as well, but you're not entirely sure what the future holds beyond 2023. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not signed, at this stage, but, my intentions are to continue on. I mean, for sure, I still feel young in many ways, and I know I've done a lot of these things, but for me, I'm excited, and the fire is 100% there. If anything, it's stronger than ever before, and so, I'm excited to be here, get another opportunity. But as I said to you and Jenna and everybody earlier, it's not. You don't want to be doing it finishing 20th. That's not what we're out here to do. So, but I see a lot of good things in the team. We've turned things around here. We're seeing a lot of momentum, positive momentum. And we've got great sponsors and partners that have gotten us to this point, and we owe it to them to get back in victory lane, winner's circle, and carry it forward.
All right, thoughts of Graham Rahal. Let's go over to Kate.
Well, as you're coming over here, TK was just talking about the fact that you may not be running a lot today, and it's not necessarily because of the weather. Why?
Well, I mean, now that it got pushed back, we're going to make big changes. I can't really say what are we doing, but as the fourth car, I took all the heavy lifting as far as the big changes so those guys can keep going and I can benefit from what they're doing. But right now we're going to try to do installation lap and a run and see how it goes and go back to the garage and make a change.
All right, so you're really taking one for the team here with Aaron McLaren, but it's one that you're willing to do because this is a team that's really getting around the camaraderie. I was talking with people earlier, and they said this is the best camaraderie that McLaren has felt. As a newcomer, do you feel it too?
100%. I mean, obviously, I've been going to every race since the beginning of the year, and Pato, Felix, and Alex, we get along really well, and I'm not really taking one for the team. If you think about it, those guys are going for the championship. They're doing, they're there in the top 10, all of them. If somebody needs to sacrifice, that would be me. When it comes race day, there is no sacrifices there, but up until then, I will do everything I can to help. And the chemistry in the team, it's awesome. I think we have a pretty good group of guys. It reminds me back in the day when it was me, Dario, Dan, and Brian.
Wow, that is a nice hit to that. Speaking of back in the day, let's move it forward to race day, and this might be, rumor has it, your this time it is.
Don't start you either, but Scott Dixon says that there's no way, Dario says that there's no way, but I think this is the last one. It's been a great ride. I mean, I can't really complain. It's been an awesome career, but it's going to be very emotional, Katie. I think it's not easy when you do a job for 26 years to let it go. This place makes me feel so good every time. So I'm going to be a wreck. I'm going to be a mess on driver's intro. And after that, we'll try to win the race and drop the mic.
Yep. Mic drop from TK himself, looking for his second win here to close out his career. Guys?
Well, there are not many that have a better resume. Tony Kanaan has led the Indianapolis 500 15 times, but it took, I think his 11th try it was before he got through and broke out for a win.
I think it was the 12.
12,
I think,
okay.
Yeah, 11 failed attempts, and number 12, he finally got it done. And I don't think there's ever been a more popular victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway than when this man here won his first 500, I'll call it, because, as he said, he's not done. He has at least one left in him in a couple weeks' time, but he's the unofficial mayor of the Speedway of Indianapolis. And it's gonna be a weird time if we're back here in a year and Tony's not in a car.
So in his 12th, you are correct. His 12th try, the record, by the way, 13th attempt when Sam Hanks won and then retired in victory lane back in 1958. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it was 57. It was in the late 50s. Jim Rathman, Johnny Rutherford, Will Power won in their 11th attempt. And we've got a few on the list this year. A lot of veterans in this year's Indianapolis 500. I think it's at least 7 that have had 15 or more starts. So very, very talented group. So there's that end of the spectrum, one of the 4 with 20-plus starts. And then there's the 21-year-old Dane who won his first IndyCar pole on Friday for Saturday's GMR Grand Prix, Christian Lundgaard. And he is downstairs with Nate.
I am here with Christian Lundgaard, Kevin, and you were just remarking a lot of other drivers in their cars, umbrellas poised at the ready, but you don't have a car here yet.
No, I think is that coming down there now? I think it is, down in the background, but no. I mean, it's drizzling a bit right now, and, you know, we could probably do an install, but I find it a little unlikely that we are going to run today, but it's unfortunate, but it's the same for everybody.
It's certainly unfortunate for you coming off your first career pole. I'm sure there's a lot of anticipation to back up the 4th place finish you had here on Saturday, Christian, on the road course. What's the mood been like the last couple of days with the team having its best race weekend of the season?
It's been, obviously, we're all a little bummed. We wanted to come off the weekend on a better than we did, but at the same time, we gotta sort of be slightly happy that we're disappointed with the 4th. I wouldn't really say that's something that we'd expected this early in the season. It might sound wrong to say that, but at the same time, we haven't really been performing well enough to really have that mindset. For the last 2 races, we've had 2 fast 6s and 2 top 6 results and a pole. So we haven't quite executed on Sunday yet, but I'm sure that's to come. The momentum is on our side right now. So the 45 Hy-Vee Honda's just been performing well, and we've been fast. So we just need to get it done on Sunday.
You talk about momentum. We always hear that conversation here coming out of the road course race. Obviously, the 2.5-mile oval here is a completely different animal, but how much more comfortable do you feel coming into the Indy 500 this year as opposed to a rookie last year?
No, for sure. Obviously, with a lot more experience, just with more knowledge, really. I'm a little bummed in that sense that it's raining because, you know, I need the experience on, well, just the track time, really. The older days in IndyCar when they were doing just half of the season was ovals. The veterans that we have on the grid now, they've done a lot of oval races, and all the rookies that come in, it's kind of hard for them because we do 2 super speedways a year and 2 short ovals. So it's hard to get used to, and it's hard to get good at very quickly. But I feel like this grid is super talented and it's super competitive. We saw that in qualifying last weekend. So I mean, just the experience. I'm gonna take every day as it comes, and then see where we're gonna end up. But obviously, I'm gonna enjoy every second around this place. You're lucky if you get two opportunities. I mean, you're lucky if you even get one opportunity to compete in the Indy 500. So to now get my second, I'm gonna just enjoy it.
All right, Christian Lundgaard hoping to get the opportunity to get back on the oval in his car today. Let's go over to Kate.
Standing by here with Marco Andretti. They've just covered up your car. This was a hurry and wait, a thrash and dash, and now
I mean, that's May at Indy. Yeah, I mean, I just, if there's one thing I've learned in my long 18 years here, it's to just try to level out the roller coaster of the month, because I used to get so up in arms about things you can't control, and is what it is, and it's the same for everybody. So I'm the type of guy that if we had to race today or tomorrow, let's just go.
I do love that send it mentality that you have going. How much do you think that'll actually help you at this point in time to kind of be a little bit more level-headed about it all?
Yeah, I mean, you know, every year I'm like, you know, before my first run at the test, I'm like, oh, am I going to need time? And, you know, I mean, it lap 1, and I'm ready to go again. So we got those jitters out of the way at the test, so now down to business.
Yeah, there was a conversation that that's the win is still eluding you here. How much of it that you have this one race to focus on throughout the year, is that more or actual less pressure?
I don't know about, I mean, this place brings enough pressure, you know, whether it's, you know, in the middle of your season or not. I think
they've lost the track.
You know, for me, I'm more chomping at the bit, you know, as soon as the checker flag wins and we're not victorious. You know, I get to work all year just for this one race, so it's fun for me. You know, I'm like more excited about the things. I'm always excited about the driving part, but I think having been away from it, I try to embrace everything that Indy has to offer. You know, all the stuff that maybe even used to annoy me back when we were flat out. So now it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's so nice to see Marco smile, isn't it? Hinch, Kev, good to see it here in the month of May.
Well, I'm sorry to say, everybody, but it appears they've lost the track, which is what we were expecting. And Omi, that's even more disappointing because they wanted to get the cars out on the track 8 minutes ago, but the rain came back and they've lost it. So now we're having to wait around again.
Yep, much more of a wait. So, yeah, hopefully we will get going today, but I guess we just gotta wait a tiny bit more. Obviously, the teams do get a lot of time though, but still. So it's not too costly if they lose today, but obviously we want to get some running, and we don't all want to be around here for nothing. We want to get some running. We want to see cars out and race on the circuit. So yeah, let's hope we get going again. But Josh, do you think we'll be getting going anytime soon?
Sadly not. The cars are now going behind the wall, which means they've lost the track once again with the rain. Race Control have just put out a message as well saying that the teams are now encouraged to take it behind the wall. So it looks like the best shot at the start of practice has now gone after about 2 hours of waiting. Well, actually an hour and 30 minutes we've waited. The rain has now returned to IMS. It's the first time we've seen a track camera this afternoon as well. The likelihood of seeing any running is now decreasing. The longer it gets closer to 6 p.m, the more chance of rain we have coming in as well. We held off going on USRN as well. We've been on YouTube for 90 minutes. We were showing the race, of course, from IMS Speedway. But we've held off going on USRN because we wanted to save as much time as possible for Matthew and the boys as well, with all their Stanley Cup action and the everything going on. Right now, we're just waiting, and they're just zigzagging, aren't they, Omi, as well? They're going in, they're going out, and then we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. We're all just in a holding pattern, but nothing's going to happen, is it, today? I've got this very bad feeling.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think something we might not get anything, but we kind of need to get used to it because if the weekend for F1 does go ahead, we might be seeing more of that later on. So just like for Miami, you got a lot of snacks and everything out. I think you might need to do it again.
Yep, I'll get some donuts, packets of crisps, all that lot lined up. But I must admit, it's frustrating for me because I've been sat in this commentary box since 2 p.m. It's now 7:30, and there's been nothing going on. But I've had a relaxed afternoon and got some work done. Let's have a word with Simon Pagenaud.
Here's with Nate.
Indeed, Kevin, and just before he started this interview, he put on that winner's ring from 2019. So I guess there are worse things than dealing with weather here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway where you can put that ring on.
Yes, it's a blessing every morning. It's just, coming back here is always such an honor, but so many great memories, It's very special to have been a winner here, and we're going to try to repeat it, that the goal is to do it again and again. Obviously, when you've done it, it gives you a lot of confidence, and it's you feel a bit more relaxed when you come back.
Yeah. How do you feel confidence-wise coming into the race this year, Simon? I know it's been a tough start for Meyer Shank Racing, but obviously you guys have won here 2 years ago. So, and there's all these aero changes this year, which I presume could shake things up a little bit.
I'm a habit of positive attitude, right? So in 2019 we had a very similar start of the season, tough times, and then we swept the month of May. So I think that the same is going to happen this month. We had a really good test in April here, felt really comfortable in the car, and I felt like we had a lot of speed as well. So today we were going to check on that again. So I was a bit handsy to go out there. I was already in the car ready to go, and just really want to have that first run to start off the month in a good way.
What has been the issue, I guess, so far? Because it seems like both you and Elio, I don't know if you're battling the same things, but the pace hasn't quite been there the first few races.
Yeah, we've had issues with pace, like in Texas, for example, where the cars were not fast enough. I've made a mistake in St. Pete, and then we've had pit stops issues, mechanical stuff. So, unfortunately, sometimes it just it keeps adding on top of you, and unfortunately, it's happening races after races. At some point, when we will move on from this, and we're going to gain more momentum, and things will come back to normal. But it's been rough. But as a leader, what I got to do is just keep my crew in a good spirit and lead them forward, and let them make sure that they believe that we're gonna be able to win this race.
Easy to stay in good spirits when you have an Indy 500 winners ring. Let's go over to Kate.
Yeah, standing by with Benjamin Peterson. Now, this is a neat moment for a lot of people, but for you in particular, to identify that you don't know anything else. This rain out is how it's supposed to go on the first day, being a rookie.
I guess so. I mean, I remember just sitting there with the team, and then like, we're going, go change. I was like, okay. I ran over, got changed, sprinting down pit lane, and then I was like, go back. We're not going out. So yeah, just literally on my way back now. But this is my first practice day here, and my first rain delay. So it's just funny how we can scramble and then be like, no, go back. But we're just ready to get on track at this point.
How does that scramble really help you sit into the rookie vibes and mindset? Because it's a lot of scrambling, and you haven't even been in the car yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good intro to the month, right into a rain delay, but it just shows how on your feet you have to be the whole month. Being ready to go, you could be rain delayed to dry very quick, or waiting forever, or dry all day. So, no, it's all good vibes, and it's just more funny than anything. You know, the scramble and then bring it back, and then. But yeah, just looking forward to get on track.
I'm glad you find it funny. I'm curious how many others do as well. Of course, AJ Foyt Racing, you have Santino along with you. How's a good track record here with not finishing lower than 10th? How are you two working together, and how is he really helping you?
It's been great. He's been a great teammate. We had a really good showing together at Texas, the last oval in Super Speedway. So yeah, I'm just excited to get going, working with him this whole month to give the team the best possible result. And yeah, I'm just trying to learn as much as I can this whole month, being my first 500, and yeah, just super excited.
I love the smile. Who are you leaning most on right now to give you the advice around this 4-turn circuit?
There's so many. I mean, the big man is here. AJ is here. I think he was here before me this morning, to be honest. Yeah, pretty special to be driving for him. Santino's has a lot of experience here, and the engineers as well. So there are a lot of good resources in the team.
Well, thank you for joining us here today. Hopefully we see you out on track. Hinch, Kev, it's kind of the vibe around here. They don't really know what exactly to expect.
There's a lot of hurry up and wait going on, and you can't ever make firm plans. Must be adaptable. The 24-year-old Dane's been a good start for Danes, with Christian Lundgaard winning the pole over the weekend. Ready for his first 500. 4 rookies entered into the race this year. R.C. Enerson, Stingray Robb, and Augustine Canapino as well. What is that like? Think back to a dozen years or so ago for you.
Yeah, it's intimidating, Kev. It really is. And, you know, it's an interesting mix. Some of those drivers have been on the track before, you know, whether it's in the Indy Next Series or, you know, RC's obviously attempted to qualify before. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but, you know, certainly when you get to opening day here as a rookie, it's still just so special, you know, and you're, I think, enjoying a lot of those extracurricular things that we were talking about with Marco a little bit more as a rookie, just being part of the big show and experiencing all those things for the first time. So it is a bit nerve-wracking, it is a bit intimidating, but ultimately, as Benjamin said, you just want to get in the car and drive. That's what you're here for, that's what you know how to do, and that's what you want to do more than anything.
And the task at hand, preparing first to qualify for the biggest race in the world.
Together with Christmas, the best month of the year.
The month of May at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It's definitely a very tough mental exercise and requires a lot of you as a driver. It's unlike anything else I've ever done.
Simon Pagenaud wins the Indy Grand Prix of Indianapolis in the most phenomenal style. Yeah! Yeah! Finally, it feels so good. Alex Palou wins the GMR Grand Prix at Indy. Yeah, boys. Thank you so much.
Qualifying has always been the most nerve-wracking part of Indianapolis.
The adrenaline for that 4 laps, there's nothing like that.
Go on, baby, you're on the pole!
The fastest racetrack in the IndyCar series, the most dangerous, and it also has by far the highest reward for winning.
2-time Indy 500 winner, Takuma Sato. This is IndyCar! That's what I'm talking about! Woo! You are an Indy 500 champion.
And the waits will have to continue just a little bit longer, but this counts as part of our 60 hours of coverage from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Peacock and NBC Sports.
Yeah, he's like to cheat.
Throughout the week, qualifying this weekend. One more practice on Monday, Carb Day Friday, and the Indianapolis 500 Sunday, May 28th, with 2 hours of Peacock pre-race coverage. So, unfortunately, it's been lightly raining again, and we're on another hold. So we're going to step away as far as commentary, but keep the stream open. We'll have pictures for you like this, where everyone is trying to get coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll be back as soon as we have activity beginning today for opening day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, sadly, nothing happening at the moment then here, as well as we just prepare here for the first show of 2023's Indianapolis 500 as well. Omi's still with me up here in the commentary box as well. Omi, just coming to you for a second. More delays. You just heard from the drivers. They're annoyed with it all as well. We're annoyed, but I don't think we're going to get running. The closer it gets, the we lose more and more time. So I think they might call it pretty soon with the rain that's due to come in on the forecast.
Yeah, it would be better to call it soon if it doesn't improve, because it's keeping everyone racing currently at the track, and obviously all of us as well. So obviously they have more days, but it might just be best to call this one off due to the weather. It doesn't seem to be improving. We thought we would get running, but more rain has decided to come in. So I think that's ruined. Well, I think that's ruined those plans. So the question is, will we get any rain in the next few days as well, where this runs? But I don't really think we're going to be getting going today.
Well, we'll take a look at the weather forecast as well for those of you watching on JB Motorsports' YouTube stream. For those of you who are listening in as well on USON Radio, this is the current look in as well at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Rain, and a lot of it. Raining for the next hour. 100% chance of rain at 3. 100% chance of rain at 4. It takes 90 minutes to clean the track up as well. So that'll take us to stop raining at 5 p.m. And then that means we stop at 6. So there's not enough time. So realistically, they should call it round about now. If we take a look as well at the weather forecast, if it loads up as well on the screen here in the commentary box, and we zoom in as well on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, that is the little 17 dot that you will be seeing on your stream. Apparently we've lost connection with one on Mixler as well, so hopefully it's coming back up in a second. But the weather forecast here as well throughout it, and we're back on USON. Apologies for that little drop out there as we're trying to get stuff done. But there is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway where the 17 dot is currently here. And there is the rain that's coming in over this afternoon as well. So it is clear for... Well, there's a bit of rain in the air actually that's blowing over the circuit. The map just hasn't loaded completely. So we have got rain, we have got to worry, and we now just got to wait to see what's going to happen. There it is. There's the rain. There it is. Just fixing in finally as well, loading in over us. But a lot of rain that is forecast as well. There we go, over the next 2 hours. Okay, well, while we're in this rain delay for practice once again, I'm going to step away until it's ready. Omi's going to stick around as well, presumably in the back. Or are you going to disappear? Come back when it's on? Nothing's going to be happening.
I'll stay.
All right, well, we'll leave it in the background then. But we are going to throw it to the Indianapolis Road Course as well. Their race on Saturday. For those of you who have joined us on USON, we're now going to continue coverage, but you'll be listening back to JB Motorsports' commentary. I know on USON you had Matthew Owens and Matt White calling the race. Over here as well, we had Synthol, Josh, and Richie, and of course yourself, Amy, was in the commentary box as well. So we're going to resume that race that we've been showing to you throughout this afternoon as well. There are 49 laps to go in that race, and we're going to hand over now back in time. Stay with us here, but right now, in a rain delay, once again at IMS. Hear me? No, sorry, yeah, Richard can hear me. Synth, can you hear me? Disconnect
Yes.
and okay, so Synthal, disconnect and reconnect and see if it works.
Yes. Yeah.
Are we there?
Yeah, I'll
right.
see you in a second.
Now, usually, guys, this works because usually this triggers a caution as well, but with Colton Herter. So, Synth's disconnected. He's now reconnected and come back in. And into the pit lane comes Scott McLaughlin.
That doesn't count, I think.
Is it go? That's going to put Lundgaard in the lead. Here comes McLaughlin, Ferrucci in two. Good tyre stop, fuel going in, away. So it doesn't trigger a caution, but it was worth a go, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you can always try. I mean, something happened. A pit stop. I guess that's not too exciting, but...
It could be if there was a crash at the exit pit lane, because look at that, Pelot's coming in. Here he is on board with the Topo Chico as well on his helmet. Or is this like the Chubba Chub Lolly logo to me as well, the top of his helmet there. Can the Mexican get ahead? He's battling currently with Rosenquist ahead of him for third position. 48 laps to go. We are rapidly approaching halfway in the GMR Grand Prix of Indianapolis as we ride now to the braking zone at turn 7 after Human Boulevard. No one's really going to go for an opportunity for an overtake there. What do you want? How do you scare it? Oh, hang on a minute. Then Mike's going to go for it. That's very late from O'Ward coming down the back half onto the oval section of the track. He thought about a move there, didn't he, Sense? But he just couldn't get alongside fast enough.
Yeah, we saw that, I think, the same with VK, just trying somewhere you can't usually overtake, but it was worth a shot, but just sticking behind for now. He's going to try it later on, maybe here on this straight towards turn 1.
Look at the tyres, the amount of lag that we're seeing from O'Ward there. It's got such a deep cut on his outside tyre. Surprised not coming to the pit lane just yet. Armstrong making a move on the inside there. That's to get a lap back on Lundgaard, so it's not actually full position. Lundgaard leads and Pelot second, Rosenquist third, O'Ward fourth. Back then, I think we're going to take a look at the replay. O'Ward is hunting them down, and I think, Richie, this is going to be a little bit nice for McLaren to have a bit of inter-team battle that isn't resulting in Lando Norris going to the stewards and complaining.
And also, it isn't resulting in Ricciardo getting his contract terminated.
That too. I don't know. What do you think then, Josh? Who's going to get through first? Is O'Ward going to crash, or is Rosenquist going to be surprised by another dive bomb manoeuvre?
Well, the way that O'Ward's going right now is that he might crash if he keeps doing this as well. And I know a lot of people have got O'Ward as a big winner, but I'm going to be quiet now because I don't want to do what Josh did in the MotoGP sprint.
Look at that, though, guys. The amount of...
He cursed
Jack Miller.
He cursed so many people, and Jack Miller, who was everyone's big winner.
Basically mean PSGL then.
And Pato Pitts.
Oh, like that saying, Pato Pitts.
Well, I'm not surprised. Look at his front right alternate tyre. It's practically got a hole in it as well. Two separate lines where the winglet meet. Let's go down pit road.
No worse than fourth on the racetrack. His strategist, Will Anderson, hey, can you give me 5 more laps? He said, no way, man. No way I can make these tires last that long. They're going to go to the sticker primary tires here. We're going to get a good look at that left front. Absolutely worn out for Pato O'Ward, who's got a quick car. Does he have the right strategy? So up front.
That's the question, guys. What do you think? Can O'Ward win this race? He's my pick a winner. Started fifth in the grid, was the best and the fastest of the group. Now he's got to find some run to go in forward. But so many people now beginning to get laps.
Yeah, but this is IndyCar at the end of the day, and this is IndyCar at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so anything could happen.
There is Lundgaard leading, 6/10 behind is Pelot. Newgarden is coming into the pit lane on this lap as well, so there is a massive change coming as the action continues to go forward. Communication.
That last lap of 13.8.
Lundgaard asking, do you want any wing on the front there? Don't think he responded. Pelot is getting awfully close. The sun started to come out here at IMS, and Lundgaard goes too deep through turn 1. That allows Pelot to get a couple more tenths of a second closed up with him as well. And Pelot used a bit of his push to pass there, down to 140 seconds now. And this is where it starts to get tense, isn't it, Since? We've seen this so many times in other formula. You get so close, you start to crack. And Lundgaard is a driver who cracks under that pressure sometimes. We've seen it happen ourselves.
Yeah, you're gonna try and keep it on the track. Of course, we see pit stops, Newgarden's in the pits, Grosjean and Di Francesco are all in the pits. So they're gonna be dropping down the order just a little bit now. As we can see, this battle going on. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close towards here.
Is the battle for the bats there. Here we go. These are them pitting. Lundgaard is on the alternative tyre. Pallou's on the primary.
Here comes Rossi.
Rossi's coming in, yep, so Rossi into the pit lane. He was on the primary tyre, so Lundgaard has gone faster than Rossi could manage as well. And look at Palou, so much speed down to turn 1, using the push to pass, used 8 seconds into the braking zone, and Palou takes the lead of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis, sponsored by GMR. And Lundgaard down to second place. Richie, that was advertised months in advance. In fact, there was a for sale sign for 3 weeks for a vacant P1.
Josh, don't curse it, please.
Have to, sorry.
Because I feel like now you said that Palou's going to spun in about 3 laps.
Oh,
it could happen.
Smoke there. There was a puff of smoke actually when he came into brake. As soon as I said that, down but the boulevard, he hit a bump and a little bit of blue smoke came poof at the back of that McLaren. Sorry, Chip Ganassi, as it comes through. I'm looking at McLaren on our screen because Rossi's exiting the pit lane. I believe Rossi has put on a primary tyre. Yeah, so we're halfway, by the way. 43 laps complete. We're on with 43 to go. We are halfway in the Indy Grand Prix. We've been going for an hour, so around about an hour and a half we're going to be in for this race as well. Full marks on the clock. We're about 10:30.
Lundgaard pitting, I believe. Well, I believe it's Lundgaard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah, Rosenquist has followed.
Yep, so they're on the alternative tyres, so they're going to change over now. It's up to the mechanics. Go on, Richie.
Well, last time it was Palou staying out. No, last time it was Palou pitting earlier than Lundgaard. This time it's the other way around. So we'll see how this can manage to play, because obviously last time it helped Lundgaard heavily, so maybe this could help Palou. We don't know.
It's sticker reds again, Josh. Brand new stickers going on then for Lundgaard. That's an unusual strategy. He hasn't taken the primaries yet.
Yeah, that's really unusual for Lundgaard as well. Rosenquist as well. 6.8 for Rosenquist as well as he exits the pit. And Carl Kirkwood also in the pit lane with Augustine Canapino, 12th and 13th.
And look at that. Yeah, power. Yeah, so look at that. Lundgaard is ahead of Rossi, but he's behind O'Ward, so he's split the two McLarens. Alex Palou comes in. Okay, that's a surprise. Palou's on the primary tyre. He could have gone 5 laps longer, and he has decided to box this lap. And now Lundgaard wants to get through an O'Ward as quickly as possible because he's on the alternative tyres, and they are going to be faster for the first couple. But Palou coming in this early, Synth, doesn't make any sense to me. He could have gone at least 5 laps longer on those harder compound tyres. Ericsson now leads.
Yeah, very interesting, but now it's going to be the question, where is he going to end up compared to Lundgaard?
He's going on
to go to the reds here, yeah.
Is it reds? I'm trying. Yeah, I think it is, but we just can't see the colours. Is it red or is it? Well, actually, hang on. Let's take a look. It is black primaries. It's black.
Black, isn't it?
Yeah. It looked red with the gun reflection, but it's another set of blacks. And there's the battle, because that is going to be Rahal ahead of O'Ward and Lundgaard, and they're going to be leaving the pit lane just as they come in together. And he feeds into turn 2 here. Palou could get ahead and split. Lundgaard's going to be so close together, and he's done it. Lundgaard does not get out ahead, but Palou's got fresher tyres, and they're not up to temperature yet. Lundgaard's going to push as he's being held up now, Palou, by O'Ward, and here comes Lundgaard through the chicane. Not going to do it. Onto the boulevard. Can he get a slipstream running towards turn number 7? Don't forget, on cold tyres is Palou, and it's not going to work out. He's going to go for the inside manoeuvre. No. So Palou, I think, has just got away with that, because now it's impossible to pass, and these tyres are going to be up to temperature. That's really annoying.
Yeah, Lundgaard also having a good battle there with O'Ward and Palou. It's still not over yet as we come onto the little bit of oval before we go into the final couple of corners and then down onto the front straight as well. I believe now into turn 12, now turn 13, but no one dashing for the pits as they've just recently pitted as well. Will Power in 10th is also just pitted the Team Penske entry.
Yeah, Power dives in as well, and he was on the primary tyres, and with 89 seconds left to push to pass, look at that again. O'Ward going defensive. Pelot's going to try and swing around the outside into turn one. Swing high, not going to work. Swing low, no. Now gets the drive. He's going to be right at the back of O'Ward, and he's going to try and go right round the outside of turn four. Wheel-to-wheel stuff between the two of them. Not going to work out there. Down the boulevard, Pelot almost losing out the dust, and I said that corner was going to be tricky in the Grid Network show. I was so right. Now Pelot's on fresher tyres, on the black primaries, pulls the inside line, laying the brakes. Thank you very much. Swing low, sweet chariot, and through goes Pelot ahead of O'Ward. That's a bit of a shame.
Well, Pelot was taking so much curve, especially that the entry to the chicane, just jumped it completely and made the rear really unstable. So we've got to make sure people don't do that again, because it can end in damage to the floor
Dixon leads.
or even a spin.
Yeah, Everton and Herta pit. So Scott Dixon hits the front here. And that is Herta getting some fresh air. Pit road.
My community is always asking how I run my business online, and I couldn't do it without my Squarespace website. Since my relaunch in 2020, I've seen my business go from strong to stronger. From scheduling my live Zoom classes to writing my weekly newsletters, I love how easy it is for me to maintain the aesthetic of my brand and stay connected to my community. My Squarespace website enables me to share, market, sell, and showcase everything going on in the world of LMP.
From time immemorial, none have escaped the torment of war. But hidden deep in the world, there is a cure.
So it begins.
Because it is hot down there in pit lane.
Yeah, and it's humid, and hence you know as a driver that's kind of the worst condition. Heat's one thing, humidity a totally different
Lundgaard
thing.
going to the top. Lundgaard's going for it.
Once they got those tires off from earlier, you see a lot of drivers pitting here. The battle still rages on.
Lundgaard goes to the move and gets ahead of Pato O'Ward towards turn number one. It was a late move coming in the braking zone, and it was nicely done. Herta, however, has jumped as well in the pit lane, so Herta's got more speed, got ahead of Ericsson. We were watching both pit stops, but that was a great move there, Josh, from Lundgaard, and getting through on the inside sweetly into turn one.
Yeah, Lundgaard into fourth as well. That was a good move there. Ericsson and VK are having a battle for 10th and 11th as well, respectively. And lap 46 of 85, we are now on board. Looking back, I believe that's Ray Hall to Pelot on second and third, and that's getting very, very close there. Is Pelot on the back of Ray Hall.
How long is Ray Hall going to hold up Pelot to give Lundgaard, his teammate, a little bit of an advantage? Down the straight we go. Pelot's on much fresher tyres, remember. He is on the black primaries. Ray Hall is on old red tyres. It's not going to be that long of a battle. Pelot breezes to on the inside line. He uses a little bit of his push to pass. He's now down to 80 seconds. Ray Hall's still on 185 seconds of push to pass. Barely used it. He's used 25 seconds. Correction, he's used 15 seconds of his 200 available in this race. So Ray Hall barely using that push to pass function. He is in the net leads as well, but he's not in the racing battles overall as well. We'll go down to Omi in a second to see what he's making with 39 laps of this race to go in a few moments. But I want to ask Synth a question, because Venus VK is back up into 11th position and he's back on the lead lap after being a lap down.
Yeah, well, he of course was my pick a winner for this race. But yeah, well, let's hope he can score. Yes, but yeah, maybe.
Look at that. Lundgaard has been let through by his teammate. Nicely done on the inside, coming through the chicane at 14. And Lundgaard goes up into third position ahead of Rahal. Omi, to you, what are you making of the race so far? But he's not there. He's now running to the microphone. And diving into the pit lane is Benjamin Pedersen as well. So that's a little bit of a lock-up we've seen further back. Omi, what are you making of the race so far?
You were cut out there for a second, Josh.
Me, am I okay?
Yeah, you're fine now.
No, you are.
Lovely. Right, Omi, let's throw it to you if you can hear me. What are you making of the race so far?
Yep, it's been great, and well, hoping for more battling, as it's very close in the background as well. I think that's Rosenquist and Rossi as well, battling. But yes, so a really interesting race. A lot still to happen, as I keep saying. But this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what the drivers do with their push to pass, and a lot going on. And I'm hoping for Grosjean win out of nowhere, but that is definitely not happening. So, but maybe for the Indy 500.
And here's the liveries that McLaren are going to be using: a pure black livery as Dixon comes into the pit lane, giving the lead back to Palou. A classic livery of McLaren with a white front and then a orange sort of half circle that goes at the front and the back of the car, akin to their Marlboro liveries of the day, and then a pure orange akin back to the great Bruce McLaren. And it's his attempt to win the 500 as well, and winning the 500, I believe, at one attempt as well. So all good there for McLaren as they make another return. They were supposed to have 4 cars in the grid this year with Montoya, but that fell through at the last second. 37 laps to go then. Let's. I think we're going to do through the field shortly as well. So I'm standing through for that to take a listen.
Boy, is it
no, we're not. But what we are going to do is have a little bit of a moment to have a word with Tom Gaymore from Sky Sports F1. See if he's got info for us.
Well, if they have to go to lap 60, then I think Christian Lundgaard really is
Power on the inside.
Ever so slightly as we see Will Power passing
Daly.
I think that's Connor Daly, the number 20 Ed Carpenter machine. It is. That's for 17th place. Will Power on the reds, Connor Daly on the black, the harder compound. But out front, it's looking very good for Alex Palou and Chip Ganassi at the moment. Christian Lundgaard, first-time pole sitter, chasing his first win. First time that the RLL car had been on pole since 2020. And they dearly like to see one of their drivers in victory lane, and it's a huge performance from Christian Lundgaard here. He likes it around the IMS road course, that's for sure. And he's holding his own against the might of Chip Ganassi and Arrow McLaren, who have 3 cars up there. Graham Rahal also, who's off strategy in 5th place. And then we've got the first of the Penske's. The Penske team, the most successful team around this circuit. They've got 8 wins around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, with Andretti Autosport with 2 wins. Then it's Ed Carpenter, Chip Ganassi, Schmidt Motorsports, the only other teams to win around this track. But Penske just not at it. They said they missed a window in qualifying yesterday, but barring Will Power's misdemeanor with Carl Kirkwood down at turn 1, it's been a quiet affair for Joseph Newgarden and Scott McLaughlin, who's down in 15th place. And then if you look at the Andretti cars who dominated here last year, Colton Herta and Alexander Rossi winning both the races at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course. Grosjean qualified 18th, he's only 13th at the moment. Colton Herta, did he have a set of tyres that didn't work for him in the last stint? Well, he's the lead car in 8th. Carl Kirkwood, well, he's had a bit of a horror show. And so it's not worked out for Penske or Andretti Autosport, but that's the window in IndyCar. If you're just not quite at it, it's very, very difficult, and you'll find yourself down in the mid-pack. We've not seen much of Scott Dixon either. He's behind his teammate Ericsson. As we know, the lead car, Alex Palou, the sister Chip Ganassi, looking very strong. 2 seconds the difference now between him and Christian Lundgaard.
Cheers, Tom. If you're just rejoining us as well, welcome back to our NBC viewers who are syncing up with us here on the commentary. Palou leads, Lundgaard second, O'Ward third, Rosenquist fourth, Rossi in the top five, McLaren having one of their best weekends on the return of IndyCar as a full owner team, remember, for the first time this year. There used to be Arrow, McLaren, Schmidt-Peterson. Now just Arrow, McLaren. No Schmidt-Peterson involved, they own full percent of the teams.
Oh my god.
Josh Burt, Synthel, Josh T and Richie joins us in the commentary box. Richie's disappeared though from the box at the moment, so I like that sorted to back to the two-person team as well. Let's go down pit road.
Midweek practice sessions, more than 60.
Thought we were going to go through. Josh, what are you making so far then of all the action with 34 to go?
Yeah, it's very, very good. We're on board with Lundgaard, who's chasing down Palou. It's currently 2.2 seconds back, and then you've got 2.5 seconds back from that now. 2.6 seconds back, that's Lundgaard to O'Ward as well. Rosenquist in fourth and Rossi in seventh. Good to see McLaren, all of their cars up in third, fourth and fifth as well. Rahal in sixth as well. But Lundgaard still trying to chase down Palou as we enter lap 52, lap 53 now of 85.
A lot of action coming up. What are you making of it, Synth?
Yeah, it's been a good race so far. We've had a few battles, so not too much drama, but well, the few battles we had were very enjoyable for sure. And hopefully there's some more to come. And you know, with one caution, this whole race would be completely different. So we're just gonna hope for that maybe. But otherwise, we're still having a pretty good race here in Indianapolis. So yeah, let's hope we can see some more battles. Right now, it's calm again, I guess we can say. But we have had a few moments where there's been a lot of battles going on at the same time, which was really fun to watch. But yeah, for now it's a little calm.
Yeah, and we only had one caution in this race currently. That was on lap 2 of 85. That was due to what happened between David Malukas and Stingray Robb, who are unfortunately both out the race. That occurred at turn 7 as well. But we've stayed green since then. Lundgaard's now dropped back to 3 seconds, so he's lost around half a second to Alex Palou out in front. But Graham Rahal still got 185 seconds of push to pass. Colton Herter 108 seconds of push to pass as well. Someone who has used a lot of their push to pass as well is Patrick O'Ward in third. He's only got 31 seconds left of push to pass, and Marcus Armstrong 37 as well. Someone who has not used any of their push to pass is Benjamin Pedersen. He's currently 5 laps down. He's been having a lot of problems in this race as well.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right there. Pit Road's got some news too.
To fulfill the rule. So they've run used reds so far in the number 5, but not a set of sticker reds. So they don't really have a choice. They're going to have to run along here and then try to just have a short stint on those new reds, make up as much time as they can.
But they put themselves in the danger zone. Don't forget that Pato O'Ward, as he runs right now, is second in the IndyCar Championship. And if you run long on that final, their second to last stint, and Palou and Lundgaard pit here in 5 laps, you run the risk of getting totally caught out with a caution. So, I don't know. It's a big gamble to push it into that danger zone on a late stop, but it looks like O'Ward's going to have to.
A very workmanly day by this guy and this team. The snap-on tools, number 2 of Joseph Newgarden. He'd jump up 1 position in the championship. He's made up 7 positions in this race. That's a solid day of work.
Really is so far as they come through. 55 of 85 then as well. Unfortunately, Richie's had to leave the commentary box, which has meant that for the past couple of minutes, you might have been wondering what I was up to. I was just adjusting the commentary box camera screen back to a 3-person squad. As we now can see Rahal versus Herter down the boulevard. Herter's on the inside line and makes the move stick into the braking zone. Nicely done as the rest of the field tried to come back up as well. And Omi sorry to throw it to you. I'll give you a second to prepare. I want to know your pick a winner from this race when you're ready, and I'll ask the question to Josh as well. Who do you think that's going to win this one? Oh, can you hear me, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to win this?
Yeah, well, I would... My pick a winner is currently O'Ward, but it might be either Palou, but I also want to see Lundgaard as well get his, I believe it would be his first IndyCar win, and what a place to do it at Indianapolis as well. But also Newgarden down in 6th, not been the best day for Newgarden. Of course, had quite a terrible qualifying session yesterday as well, but VK still staying strong in 11th.
I picked this man here, Christian Lundgaard, going in 2nd position at the moment as well. He's 4.7 seconds off the pace. So I picked O'Ward, who is chasing down Lundgaard, and I've got my own pick a winner wrong there. It's been a very long day of commentating. But yeah, I picked O'Ward to win. He's currently hunting down Lundgaard and with one caution as well. Within the next 30 laps, we'll bring it all back up. Synth, who's your pick a winner?
Well, it was VK. I mean, it's still possible, but I doubt it. It would be really fun if Herta would still somehow win this race, because then he would keep up his 100% win rate from 14th. But for I think Palou might just get this one.
And Omi's in the pit lane for us, as he has been all day. Who's your pick a winner, Omi?
Well, I did say Ericsson, but I think we might need a change on that actually. Well, we have Orad getting very close as well to Lundgaard, but I might go for... I'm going to go different, as usual, because I like getting stuff wrong, but I'm going to go for Rosenquist here.
Oh, nice call, nice call. Let us know in the chat who you are going for your picker winners as well. I've got YouTube chat open, so let us know as well. As they come through, View Nomad as well, hello, says go Scott Dixon. And Diego as well says big eyes as well, with some things earlier on in the race as well. I know Tom's watching, so Tom, who's your picker winner as well coming in? Richie's had to leave us, but don't worry, I said you can drop out any time. There's no full rules with this team. We can come and go as we please now with everybody coming in. As you can see, we've just adjusted the timing screens. Just a quick little button, as I say, to get everything sorted. Now, who's going to dive into the pit lane? Because we're riding with Lundgaard, who's been passed by O'Ward. When did that happen? When did O'Ward get through when I wasn't looking?
Absolutely no idea. I missed that as well. But Lundgaard has been dropping and dropping and dropping. When I did a little bit of a race rundown, he was around 2.5 seconds back to Palou. Then he dropped to 3 seconds. Now he's 7.6 seconds down, and also in 3rd.
I'm being told in my ears that move happened when NBC returned from a commercial break and went off camera. So they went to a different camera and then came on board. So that's why we didn't pick up on it. We didn't see it. So O'Ward has got through into 2nd position, and Lundgaard is back down to 3rd, and O'Ward can now set off after Palou with 28 to go. But that is so typical of NBC. They missed it. Nothing but commercials is what our friend Ben says on the Grid Network. I mean, did you see it, Synth? I didn't.
Well, we were seeing an overtake. I don't know if there was a Ward's overtake. Let me just watch back.
I saw it.
Yeah, it was indeed. So it was on TV, but we just missed it.
That's the first time that's happened.
But Lundgaard's definitely got a problem.
Yeah, he's slowing massively, isn't he? Look at that. He's dropped 3 seconds to O'Ward already. And that's not just tyres. And it's not just push to pass either. And look, they're getting worried. Pit lane.
The interesting chess match on pit road is what we're watching. That's Barry Wander, the strategist for Alex Palou. Right next door, Ricardo Nault, the strategist for Christian Lundgaard. To his back, Will Anderson, the strategist for Pat O'Ward. All 3 of these cars that are 1, 2, 3 right now are back to back to back on pit road. Who flinches first, Townsend? That might be an indicator of who wins this race.
Well, Palou's on primary tyres, Pat O'Ward's on primary tyres, Lundgaard's on alternate, so it's going to have to be Lundgaard. Rahal pits as well in the 15 squad. Marcus Armstrong coming down pit road as well, so they're going to jump first, obviously. We've been green now for over 50 laps. We have 27 to go here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course as we begin the month of May. If I'm this tired after commentating, God knows what I'm going to be after the 500. And coming into Le Mans as well.
Who knows what you're going to be like after Le Mans weekend?
I might just... honestly, I have no idea. I'm flagging after today, and I've still got Moto... Oh, and into the pit lane comes Lundgaard. I've got, tomorrow, Moto 3, Moto 2, Moto GP, then I've got FS Super Formula, as well with the eSport races on R52 with Ed Hunter. And then I've got the NASCAR race straight after as well, back to back to back. Yeah, so I love NASCAR, but I'm looking forward to my bed tomorrow as well, which I probably won't get until after the NASCAR race, 90 minutes later, so probably about 2 a.m. after being up since 7 a.m. So, yay! Nobody need me on Monday. I'm not going to be around Monday as they come through. This is Lundgaard, and then he blinked first with the alternative tyres. He's down pit road and puts on black primaries to take him 26 laps to the end of the race, since that was obviously he was going to have to blink first. Now look, we've got a battle on between Felix Rosenqvist trying to go around the outside of Newgarden, and Newgarden's got through on the inside for 4th position. Where's Joseph Newgarden come from? He's going forward as Palou pits.
Yeah, that was really close together, and Newgarden now in P4, so and he's already, look how much he's pulling away already, so I think Rosenqvist is going to pit very soon as well, and into the pits now comes Palou.
And Felix Rosenqvist as well, so Pato O'Ward takes the lead with 25 to go. He's got to come in again to do another stop as well, presumably onto the alternative tyres. Does Palou go on? Let's go down pit road.
Sticker primary tires. These are scuffed primary tires going on for Alex Palou, and as soon as the 10 laid out, as we mentioned, right in front of them, Pato O'Ward, he laid out as well. Trouble getting the left front off of there, so alternate scuffed tires for Palou. A quick stop, and the 5 will come down. And remember, they'll go to alternate tires here for the 5. So the top 3 cars on completely different tire strategies as Palou leaves pit road, and Pato O'Ward will come down pit road.
No problem there for Alex Palou, because look, Christian Lundgaard's only just come off the final.
And it's got a lot darker, guys. The clouds are starting to come in over turn 1 with 25 to go. It's up 35% chance of rain starting to rear its head. Now we've got a problem as Palou's got ahead of Lundgaard, but Palou's now on alternative tyres, which is
really slow stop, Josh.
Ericsson's still in there, isn't he? Grosjean too, and that's why we've got a car stopped. It's the Auto Nation. That's going to be, I believe, once again, Kyle Kirkwood. Is that in the pit lane? Where's that? So is he stopped?
It's right at the end, I think.
Yeah.
That's the other alternation. Who's in the pit lane with the 60s? So it's leaving the pit lane. So who's just left the pit lane? Is it? Oh, well, there's Grosjean getting passed by McLaughlin at the end of the pit lane. I'm trying to see.
It's Pagano.
Yeah, or Helio Castroneves. He's the number 6 as well. So one of them is. So it's
Castroneves left the pit lane a minute ago.
So it's Castroneves then, yeah. So you're right.
And there was white on the car, so yes, Castroneves.
Right, so Helio Castroneves has stopped in the the Meyershank racing car as well, so he's come to a stop. Just try to take a look. And we've got the 14 stopped as well in the pit lane, and it's the 60. So it's the other one. Yeah, you're right, Synth. It's Pagano, and the 14 stopped as well. That is going to be Santino Ferrucci, and they've come to a stop in the pit lane. So that's unusual. Grosjean's got going.
O'Ward pits.
Is it fuel? It's got to be fuel, isn't it? 7 seconds to Rossi, but look at this. O'Ward, as he dives in, has 21 seconds to Palou and 30 seconds to Lundgaard. Really close stuff now. They're throwing the caution. They haven't closed the pit lane. Let's head down to pit lane. Now
to throw on those sticker alternate tires.
He had a 30-second gap to Alex Palou, so this blend out could be kind of gnarly.
It's about 37 seconds normally, Marty, on a pit sequence here. So let's see how this one shakes out.
This is going to be very interesting with the top 3, in theory, battling for the win on different tire strategies. You guys mentioned alternate sticker tires here for Pato O'Ward. One note.
Look at the 5 and the 10 on the driver tracker.
Cooler. In theory, that one maybe held these alternate tires for O'Ward, putting them on with 23 to go. Look at that wing adjustment as well, going to the alternates.
And the 5 has not been, and the 10's gone through. Alex Palou has got ahead of Pato O'Ward, as you can see on the driver track, and the 10 miles ahead before they come in towards turn number 1, and O'Ward just being released now. So that was a finito maneuver stop as they come through. Power's in, Canapo's in, Ferrucci is still stuck, as well as Simon Pagano. So don't think they're going to take any further part in this race with 23 to go. Let's have a look at 5-star crash test as my local station is doing severe weather reports. So it's great to at least find this stream and hear what's going on. Very excited for Longard. He's looking good at the moment in P6 with new tyres. We're into the final pit stop places as well.
3 laps on new red tyres. You know what to do.
That's Ward being told you've got new tyres, you know what to do. And Pelot's on 5-lap-old reds. Herta into the pit lane too. First of all, 5-star, I just want to say I hope you are safe. If there's severe weather reports in your area, I hope you are safe and stay safe. Here comes Herta though, Josh down pit road. He's surely going to have to go on to the black primaries. No, it's sticker reds. He's safe to set.
Yeah, sticker reds as well. That was, I do believe, an 8.5 second stop for Canapino, who's just exited as well, and also a 8.6 as well for Herta, I do believe.
Herta's going to get passed by Pelot and Ward. Yep. Is he going to get out of Longgarden? No. Such a slow stop for Herta. He's going to come out, I think, just ahead of Felix Rosenquist through turn 1. And he does so. Yeah, 26 ahead of the 6 and the 2. So he gets out ahead of Rosenquist and Newgarden. So Herta down into 5th position. And Rosenquist passed Newgarden on that last lap as well to change over. That is Santino Ferrucci. I think there's been contact on pit road, boys. Between...
Maybe.
Between Pagano and Ferrucci. Because Ferrucci's got a broken front left wishbone.
Yeah, well, Dixon's pitting this lap.
AJ Foyt is here. He's doing great. He's here for the rest of the month to join the Indianapolis 500 again.
Okay, well, that's just information for the pits about AJ Foyt. But we were looking at Ferrucci. Yeah, he's out of it. Oh, don't run over the mechanic. Get that stopped. They've put it up on the jacks as well. So that's Dixon into the pit lane from the lead. That puts Alexander Rossi into the front with 21 to go. Dixon down pit road. It's a down to the pit lane.
Yet to pit, Marty standing by.
They have run the overcut, meaning running longer for Scott Dixon pretty much the entire day, and it's worked a couple of times. Check out that wing adjustment. Almost shot a Firestone across his Firestone tire across his pit crew as well. Dixon out. That should, except for Alexander Rossi, complete the cycle, the final cycle of stops with 21 to go.
Dixon started 9th today in the PNC Bank Honda. How will it shake out for him coming into
Rossi
his final 20 laps here on the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
He's out just ahead of Joseph Newgarden, but behind Herta and Rosenquist. So progress for Dixon. Not a lot, but Dixon's all about getting what is available and not pushing for the impossible. Kevin, here comes Rossi for his last stop.
And Alexander Rossi was set to pit about 5 laps ago. Maybe just repaired in case it looked like he was going to go caution. But they wanted to go as long as they can because they're going to use a slightly used set of alternates. And going 25 laps would have been really difficult. Still 21 with the way people have been fearing how they degrade is going to be tough for Rossi. Right now he's in position to come back out in 3rd, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look where he blends, Kevin. That's a great point.
Yeah, Award is going to be up there as well, so this is going to be really close for Rossi. 8 seconds was the gap. Look at the driver tracker. We're looking for Award to go through. Rossi's in the 7. I think he's come out just behind Lungard. He has. So Rossi comes out behind Herta. Rossi dropped behind 6th position, guys. Further. So really bad stop there. Rossi's set 4th. Oh, and nearly takes out the Benjamin Peterson as well in the Sexton car. So getting a little bit wide with the 55. 20 to go. Takes so long this race as well. Go on.
Yeah, Pedersen just being a bit of a nuisance for everybody, as well as he's 5 laps down. The only reason he's out on track is to get the straight line speed data for, no doubt, the Indy 500. This is all good practice as well, but get as much data as you can throughout this weekend, and of course throughout the practice as well. Top 5 Pelot, O'Ward, Lungard, Rossi and Herta. That's your top 5 at the Grand Prix of Indy with 19 laps to go.
And a big slide there as well on board as we take a look. Everyone's watching on. There is AJ Foyt watching now back in the pit lane. Nice to see him coming in. He's going to get it on a buggy as well to get a lift around the paddock. Just getting in the heart of the action. This is the month of May. We'll be back on Tuesday as well. The whole day of action from 2 onwards, 2 till 11 on Tuesday will be on here. First practice, split then with orientation, then a proper first practice. Then we'll have the rookies. It goes rookies, then the refreshers, then practice 1, then we get practice 2. The usual time from 6 p.m. till 11 p.m. So a whole day of action as well. That's the same across the week as well on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, so yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. Saturday and Sunday we'll have our qualifying days. Yes, we've got Formula 1 on those days as well. So during that time, we're going to have the wonderful USRN team taking us through as well. We'll be on USRN as well for the practice session. So we are literally incumbent for the month of May, all of it live here on JB Motorsports on YouTube, and also we'll have the whole of the Le Mans 24-hour live as well as we do our special triple crown of motorsport as well, with the Monaco Grand Prix, the Indy 500 and the Le Mans 24-hour as our centerpieces throughout the year as well. Next year we're even looking to add Daytona 500 to the mix as well, now that we've got some reliable streams with USRN taking the call there as well, and I can go down pit road and still enjoy it. Carl Kirkwood's into the pit lane as well after a tricky day. He's running in 11th. I want to throw to Omi in a second, so I'm just giving him fair warning. I'm going to throw to him to ask him a question as well. But Synth, coming to you, 18 to go. Is this race been yay or a bit yawn? I think it's been a bit yawn, really. There's not much been going on. It's been a very strategy game race.
Yeah, well, a few laps ago we had quite some battles, but right now it's really calmed down a bit too much, to be honest. So yeah, it's a bit too calm. So let's hope that would change very soon. You know, it's one little thing that could change everything in racing.
Hope you like my new air guitar. Welcome back to everyone listening in on NBC who sync up with our coverage as well. Josh, last year the same question. What have you made of this race?
It's been a bit yawn, hasn't it? But at least we got a little bit of action towards the start as well. So I've got a little bit of sellotape somehow stuck to me as well. But not the most random thing that's happened in this commentary box, I can tell you that as well. But 11.589 second gap for Palou. I think he's got it in the bag.
Omi, coming to you. What have you made of the Indy Grand Prix ahead of the 500 this year?
Yeah, definitely a bit of a... One sec, I'm just going to get away from this. A bit of a practice race, definitely, for the Indy 500. But, yeah, been a bit calm. But, once again, it's been great. It's been great having a race. Just in general, a race is better than nothing. So, yeah, a great race. Have enjoyed it. Could have been more action-packed, but if you compare this to F1, then this is the best race of the F1 2023 season.
It was indeed. So much action has happened. And this, I believe, is finally what we're going to see the contact with. This is going to be Simon Pagano coming out of the pit lane. Kevin Lee?
I think that we had any kind of an error on the pit stop, so maybe some sort of other issue
wheel broke.
that caused them to stop.
Oh, right rear. Yeah.
And you see it going away there. But I think they got it on securely, so Mike said we got to go back and be able to figure out and diagnose what exactly went wrong.
So it was the rear nut, Synth, that just broke off.
Yeah, on the right hand side, the right rear just came loose, so that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, the 14 had some damage, right? We saw, I think, or was it something else as well? Maybe also front left coming loose. Not sure, but we can see a replay of that as well.
I want to see exactly what happened there with Ferrucci, as he must be back out on the track. He is, because the team Ferrucci's just done a 1:12.780, so they must have repaired the suspension, and he's going out on some warm-up laps ahead as well, just some tester laps. So Ferrucci's 5 laps down, the same as Pedersen. So I wonder if them two made some form of contact earlier on in the pit lane or out on the circuit. 16 laps to go. The weather clouds are just about holding off here. Of course, we usually love rain, but the one place we don't want to have any rain at all is at Indianapolis on the road course. On the super speedway, because that means we can't do any running. No racing in the rain on ovals. So if any of the days do get rained out for practice, we have got loads of filler content to show you, including all the races from this year so far, as well as previous Indy 500s as well, and some great calls as well by USRN as well, so you will not be left shortchanged here on the week. Because if we're like in an hour or two's delay, because every time there's a drop of rain, it takes an hour to clear the track, so it's that sort of thing going on. As we now see as well, this is the battle for the third on the podium, as Lundgaard's in third, with Rossi directly behind, and he's slowly closing him in to try and have an attack and sort of pounce on him a little bit more as well. And Lundgaard's desperately holding off Josh for a podium, and it could have been a first win, but a first pole this weekend is supposed to be the best way you want to go.
Yeah, well, if he could keep it off from Rossi, it could be his first podium, I think, as well. But if he can get a podium out of this as well, that will be great. But he's got to hold off Rossi and maybe even Colton Herta as well in 4th and 5th, respectively.
Just check your weather radar. You and Omi, check your weather radar, because I swear there's some rain just outside the circuit.
You need to go grade 3 and take care of them for a little while. You can do that. Plus 1.4 to Herta.
That's exactly.
That's Rossi being told you need to save a little bit of fuel and make sure you're plus 1.4 to Hertz. That's currently the gap between the two of them. So yeah, Omi, I presume, are you looking at some weather forecast for us as well? I'll send you on that little mission at Indianapolis. Is it going to rain? That's the question we need in the next 14 laps. Thank you. Thank you, Omi. What do you think, Synth? Feeling any rain in the air? Because it's getting a bit darker, isn't it?
At the checkered flag, it will rain probably. I mean, then we know that it's going to be more like F1. It's going to rain after the race.
Yeah, it happened in Baku, it happened in Miami, so it may as well happen here as well. The rain comes after the race is finished as well to spoil all our fun. And especially it would now as we finally got the driver tracker working like in F1 as well. It really frustrates me that Formula 2, Formula 3, MotoGP, Moto 3 and Moto 2 are the only ones that we don't have a driver tracker for. Everything else we cover on this channel has driver trackers, so it really is annoying. And also, when we get to Le Mans, we will have a driver tracker now that, like last year when Josh very kindly gave us the login details for Discovery Plus, this year we have Discovery Plus as well. Yeah, go on, Josh.
I mean, I was gonna give you it again, but if you have Discovery Plus, then I don't have to.
Because of BT Sport merging with Eurosport, Discovery Plus is free for Sky viewers if you have BT Sport.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I have Discovery Plus and I have access to all the onboards as well, so we can use the driver tracker on board as well. 13 to go. Let's have our last check-in then with wonderful Tom Gaymore. Tom.
13 to go, and we're on board now with Alexander Rossi, who's trying to steal away a podium position from Christian Lundgaard, and that would be very cruel. The Dane has looked spectacular in that Rahal Letterman Lanigan machine, and what I mean by that is he's around illustrious company. Alex Palou unequivocally looking back to his championship winning best. He looks formidable in that Chip Ganassi Racing machine. Pato O'Ward, well, he's been sensational this year. We joke about Pato 2.0. Yes, he had that misdemeanor at Long Beach where he hit Scott Dixon, but actually the rest of the year, Pato O'Ward and Arrow McLaren look like they're building a very credible and serious championship campaign. And then you've got Christian Lundgaard. Now, for Rahal Letterman Lanigan, it's been a woeful start to the season. They've been nowhere at times, but they've turned up at Barber, they've turned up here, and the Dane is looking very good. And do not underestimate how hard it is to keep that car at the front of an IndyCar race. And with Alexander Rossi, who won the last race here, let's not forget last year, all over the back at him, with 12 laps to go, he's going to be feeling the pressure now. And then behind Alexander Rossi, it's his former teammate, another race winner around here last year, Colton Herta. So Christian Lundgaard does have his hands full, but it's it's Alex Palou, I should say, and he is very much in command of this race. It will only be his 5th ever IndyCar victory. He's a champion, don't forget. He's been in the series multiple years. He's the one that we look at in terms of the bench, but it's only his 5th IndyCar win, and that just highlights how difficult it is to win in IndyCar at the moment. Pato O'Ward 10 seconds behind, Lundgaard a further 5 seconds behind Pato O'Ward, and Alexander Rossi now is all over the back of that machine. And the question mark, I think, on the tip of all of our tongues is when is that red sidewall tyre going to drop off? Will Alexander Rossi or Colton Herta have to pay the piper? Will that tyre start to degrade and give Lundgaard a break?
A reminder that
it's looking incredibly good, thanks to Tom Gaymore as well for his action. We'll be hearing from him a lot during the week, as well as the IndyCar Radio Network guys as well. Every time there's something to cover, we can always throw down to them with some good interviews as well. It's going to be a very fun week. 11 laps to go. Now 10 laps to go at the Grand Prix of Indy. So around about another 15 minutes of action. And then we'll go off here as well after we hear from the race winner. Down we go. Awards tyres. Remember, as Tom Gaymore just said, he's on the red tyres. How long they're going to last? How long is Rossi going to last on his? Into the braking zone. Lundgaard is going to defend again. Herta's coming in fast as well on the red tyres. It's pick or look at the moment, isn't it, Josh? You've just got to hold on and see how long your tyres are going to take you.
Yeah, it really, really is. But Lundgaard has no push to pass left, while Rossi has 19. Herta has 50 seconds of push to pass.
Oh, he's going for it!
Of that. Oh, here he comes.
On the inside, Rossi's gone for it down to turn 7 down the boulevard and makes the move. Lundgaard's going to try and come back round the outside. Doesn't work out. His best opportunity would back into turn 1, but it's too late. So Rossi makes it a McLaren 2-3 on the podium. Herta is next up behind, and Lundgaard is out of push to pass.
Yeah, Lundgaard out of push to pass, which is not good. We'll see if Rossi has used all of his, any of his push to pass. I don't think he did on that move, as it's not changed from 19, and that was a little bit of oversteer from Lundgaard as well, exiting
7.
turn 13
He did.
as well.
It's down to 7, Josh. He did use some push to pass. He's down to 7 seconds. Listen to the radio.
That's the longest stint.
Okay. Keep
Just
pushing.
updated
Keep
over the
pushing.
line.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, Synth, that was a good move, though, from Rossi. Well executed as the sun breaks through down at turn 1 here at IMS.
Yeah, very good move. I thought it would have been more defended by Lundgaard, but no, it didn't. And well, it was a very good move.
Here it is again. Talk us through it, Synth.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
the
replay then. Oh, this is in the pits.
This is back at Texas with that was Rossi making contact, I believe.
Passionate, I think.
Yeah, Passionate, and then he locked up back at Long Beach.
Yeah, so not really the best of the season starts.
That's what happened to Rossi at Long Beach. Do you know,
Yes.
we wouldn't, right? It's taking us 2 races to work out what happened. We never saw that on the original broadcast. We were left wondering what happened to Alexander Rossi and where was he on the track. That's where it was. It was
That's
down.
because
Yeah.
NBC.
Yeah, never showed it. So that's what happened to Rossi then. So if you were joining us for the IndyCar coverage back at Long Beach as well, with myself, Josh and Tom, and you were wondering what was going on with Rossi crashing, now we know. I thought it was down at turn 1. No, it was down at turn 7 at Long Beach. He crashed, he locked up, brake failure, straight into the wall. Well, that has solved a great mystery. I'm happy with that. Because I was wondering what on earth happened to it. I've been wondering it, and nobody could find out. And now we know. He locked up. Well, that's rest in my mind, Josh. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's one mystery solved as well. But Pelot still got a 10.7 second gap. It is it is dropping a little bit as well. As a massive marble comes off one of the cars going through the boulevard down into turn 7 as well, with 8 laps to go at IMS.
Not great at all. Omi, you were, I think, watching at Long Beach as well. You finding now nice to know that that's what happened to Rossi? I'll wait for him to say yes, because he's going to be running to a microphone probably. Since you were watching there, so at least now you know.
Yeah, I somehow I do think I remember that crash, seeing that crash, so maybe
You've got better coverage. You've got better coverage than us then.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, I don't get any breaks.
And there we go on the... Oh, that's true. There we go on the inside then. That's a lapped car getting out of the way. That's going to be Austin Canipo being lapped there as well. Omi, you got a mic yet?
Yep.
So you...
Don't worry, I'm sitting here. Don't worry, I'm sitting here. So if you want to throw it over, now I'm awake. I'm fully awake, don't worry.
Oh, fab.
Sure.
You were watching at Long Beach. Did you happy now that you know what happened to Rossi there? bit of a mindies there?
I wasn't watching I wasn't watching any of the track action. I was just listening to you guys in the commentary. So, as you guys are go-to commentators, so I wanted to just listen. Tune in.
I'm just putting it in the Grid Network chat. So that's what happened to Rossi at Long Beach, because we all were wondering. Nobody had a clue what was going on as well. 7 to go
Look at
then.
that big bit of tyre on the camera there.
Yeah, it's really getting mucky, isn't it? That's on the back of, what is it? That's not on Hertz, it's on the other one. So it's on Rosenquist in the McLaren.
I think it might have been on Pelo's because it was blue car.
Ah, so Below then coming in as well. Shirts untucked now as well from stretching, so I'll just re-tuck that in as it comes down. Is Rosenquist going to make a move on her to turn 1? I don't think so. Team radiographic popped up past this lap, I think it was. So Rosenquist with 16 seconds of push to pass left has got to make an attack on Herta. It's 79 of 80. Well, it's actually now lap 80, isn't it, as well on this race as well. So we're coming up on the end here of the IndyCar Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Sponsored by GMR. And, well, Herta's going defensive, but Rosenquist can find a way through. Goes too deep. Oh, no. And that's thrown it away then, hasn't it, Synth? He's used all his push to pass.
Yeah, well, put the wheel into the grass as well. Luckily he didn't go fully straight on, and he's going to be immediately under pressure a little bit as well by Dixon behind. But yeah, that was his best chance of getting past Herta.
Opportunity, door, completely missed it and went round the outside of it and smacked into the wall. Big rain cloud over the back there of IMS, but I think it's going to miss us. So like you say, Synth is going to hit after the race as well. Omi, did you ever see the weather forecast, by the way? Did it show anything?
There is rain around the track, but I have a feeling it's going to hit after the race.
Rosenquist to the inside of Herta, down at turn number 1 with a nice move. Herta backs out of it. Rosenquist goes through, but Herta's going to be right there to capitalise with a switchback manoeuvre. Herta has still got, by the way, 10 seconds of push to pass. Rosenquist has now used it all. This is Romain Grosjean coming onto the banking. Now, what's he done? That was so shocking. I don't know, actually. That was a weird one. And now this is Herta defending from Rosenquist on the previous lap. Herta's now actually defending, though, Josh, from Scott Dixon on this lap at the same part of the track.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what happened with Rosenquist as well. Rosenquist only got 4 seconds of push to pass after that incident as well. We're seeing it multiple times now, different angles as well, but that was very close before the braking zone as well.
Was that a bit too much weaving from Herta? I mean, it was so close to contact as well. I think he maybe moved to the left a bit too late.
The McLaren guys won it, Synth, so I think you're right there. And Herta's losing the rear tyre coming out the last corner. Look how much he's been vulnerable to Dixon across the start line. And Dixon breezes through for 6th position. A little bit of a puff of blue smoke as he hits a bit of a bump in the road down there at turn 1. And through goes Dixon on Herta. So Herta's tyres, I think, have dropped off the cliff there. What do you think, Synth?
Yeah, I think so. You can clearly see him sliding a little bit more. Not as much as he did last year. Remember in the rain how much he was sliding.
Yeah.
Around this track. But yeah, he's definitely struggling. He's already immediately under pressure by Newgarden behind.
How much did he want to win as well this weekend? Colton Herta, it's his first weekend without his father Brian Herta as his race strategist and driver coach as well on the radio. Don't know if Brian's going to be back for the 500 or not, but it's a new system at the moment he's working with. Qualified poorly, but finishes at the moment P7. Might be P8 shortly, because here comes Newgarden to the inside of the chicane. Herta knows he's there. Can't do anything about it. Tyres have gone. Scrub set.
Straight line.
No radio. I thought there was. That communication graphics popping up and left, right, and everywhere. It's like the clones in Order 66 in Star Wars as well. They just pop up every to execute the Jedi. Anyway, down the back straight away here. We're in the month of May after all, so you know.
True.
Look at that though, Synth. Herta's front right tyre is completely shredded almost. He's got the massive 2 grain on it from the front wing.
Yeah, he's just gonna hope he's not gonna lose any more positions. The gap to Ericsson is quite big, so I think he should be fine for these final 3 laps. As long as he doesn't get a puncture, of course. But then he should be able to finish in 8th. But yeah, losing so many positions it's so late stages of this race, it's going to be a little bit painful for her.
And this now on board with Felix Rosenqvist in the number 6 McLaren, running in 5th position. He's behind Lundgaard. If he's going to make a move, 2 to go. Coming up to the white flag, it's been a difficult one. It's been an interesting race. It's been more strategy than pure action, but I still think it's been better than the Formula Ones we've been seeing this year, for absolute sure. Multiple lead changes and a good, solid Saturday race. Another typical one here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the road course, and it's the nice kicker offer for the month of May, and it's going to be Palou, who is a former champion in this series, to claim his 5th ever win in the series, despite being a champion as well. That's okay. Johan Mir, MotoGP, is a world champion. He's only ever won one Grand Prix in his career. Surprising that, isn't it? As they come through. So they're coming through. Is this a sign for Chip Ganassi Racing to take it to the 500? We've seen previously winners here from the road course have gone on to win the 500. Let's start back in 2014. Well, who won that year as well? In the 2014 event, oh yeah, Simon Pagenaud. Guess where he was also? Yep, an Indy 500 winner. Who won back in 2015? Oh yeah, Will Power. Guess what? He also is an Indy 500 winner. Who won as well every year? 500 winners. You win this one, you set yourself up for a great 500 month of May. White flag in the air. It's the final lap of the race then. Palou leading by an astonishing 15 seconds since to award. This has just been a domination from the number 10.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a few laps ago we were still speculating and thinking this might be still very exciting, but well, Palou proved us wrong. He just went on to dominate this race, and it's going to be a very clear victory for him.
And Josh, going into the month of May, Palou's got to be on everyone's pick list now as well to win the 500. You win here dominantly, you stand a good chance to have a good car on the speedway.
Yeah, it really is, but he's coming round the final couple of corners, so I'll pass it to you, Josh. But yeah, he could be an Indy 500 winner.
Into the last few corners then, a former champion having glory on the road course in the month of May. I've heard that before. Previously they've gone on to be 500 champions, but here today at the IMS road course, at the start of the month of May, it's a high five in the month of the 500. Alex Palou wins for the 5th time in IndyCar across the line here to kick off the month of May at the IMS road course. 15 seconds later across the line, you're going to see Pato O'Ward, then followed by Alexander Rossi as well with an astonishing run. A McLaren double podium. 4th for Lundgaard. That is the best result of the season. From pole to 4th, that's amazing. Rosenqvist, the top 5. Dixon 6th, Newgarden in his 7th. 8th for Ericsson, Herta 9th, and 10th for Grosjean.
First word with the American Legion. Yes!
And that checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Great to go inside the team.
Well, a round of applause, I think, is overdue there for the number 10 of Alex Palou. Can he now take the 500 win? Time will tell. Exclusive, all coverage for radio here is going to be with us for the month of May. You'll have timings, you'll have commentators, you'll have a laugh. Stickers on in the background, wherever you are in your work day for the build-up to the 500. We'll have practice, qualifying live next week, and then on May 28th, we'll have the Grand Prix and the Indianapolis 500 to kick off. As Adam Lembre says. Well, welcome back everybody to live coverage of the Indy 500 practice. Myself, Omi and Josh now in the commentary box. And yes, we are live. So hopefully Omi and Josh, who are the two currently in the commentary box, have realised that and are going to come back on shortly as well. People have been asking me, what are the weather conditions like? What is happening in this race? Well, all I can tell you is, I'm afraid, track conditions are exactly the same, if not worse, than what we had earlier on today. We take a look now at the track, and we welcome in Omi and Josh. Let's start with you, Omi. again, still under this delay, still waiting, and the track is just getting worse.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting any running done today, so it might just be better now to just cancel everything and let everyone go chill a few hours earlier, rather than keeping us all waiting. But yeah, I don't feel like we're getting any running with how the weather's been going. So first day of practice, and it's already gonna be a cancellation. Let's hope we can get some running though tomorrow though.
And Josh, coming to you as well. Welcome back up to the comms box. We're looking at the track now on the TV pictures. The rain has come back down, almost like a fine mist as well. And it really has sort of scuppered all our entertainment, all our racing. What's your take on all this then?
Yeah, it really, really is. And hopefully I'm all good.
You are?
Awesome. My headset is working. Don't touch anything. But yeah, it's been a bit of an annoying day. But at least I could go to the bike park and have some fun there. But that's no 235 mile per hour, 200 mile per hour running today, unfortunately. Hopefully, as Amy said, we will be back green tomorrow. But unfortunate with the first day of practice for the Indy 500.
Absolutely, and we're just all sort of waiting around. We were all wondering, weren't we, whether or not this rainstorm would cause any problems as well, in terms of when we got told that the weather was sort of in the air and it was going to make it all a bit difficult for us as well. I suppose everyone's a bit annoyed, really, because we're looking at pictures on the circuit as well, and we're just sort of like, what could have been, what should have been today has been cruelly taken away from us. Don't know who wants to go first with that. So I'll throw you under the bus there.
Yeah, I can go first with that. Yeah, it's been, as we've just seen, an AMR safety team vehicle just going round as well. But it's been a bit of a disappointing day. It was really nice over here in the UK, but just not nice over there, over the pond in the US, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But hopefully this won't continue throughout the week.
Well, Amy, the question is, of course, this session goes until 11 p.m. British time. That is, of course, 6 p.m. over there in America. We're coming up on 4 p.m. now. It takes an hour to dry the track from the last raindrop, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So that'll probably, take us to 5 when it's predicted to stop raining. Dry the track, end of the day. So I agree with you. We're just sort of sitting around waiting for at least another 10 minutes to call everything off.
Yep, and then I can finally go also have dinner as well. But yeah, it's probably going to be a week of delays and red flags, I feel like. So I guess we're getting started off here on Tuesday, and let's see. Let's hope that we do get some rain for the F1, but not that much rain. That we are basically just sitting and waiting and having a Spa 2021. So yeah, I don't think we're getting any running done today, but let's hope we can get some running done tomorrow. And yeah, really. So obviously everyone is going to be disappointing. It's been a very disappointing day. As we were all excited for the first day of the Indy 500, but it's been taken away from us. But let's just hope that we can get it going tomorrow.
Absolutely. Go on, Josh.
What is the update on Imola, by the way? Are they still evacuated?
As far as I know, everyone apparently just left early. That's the only thing we got from that, is the fact that they just left the track early after they were advised to. I think the media has a bit over-dramatised it, as they like to do. But from my understanding, it is just a precautionary measure as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to shift away from Indianapolis and actually shift over to Le Mans, strangely enough, as well, because we're going to leave the track now, hopefully, as well. I can get my graphics working because the computer's decided to go absolutely hunky-dory on me as I try and press all the buttons. So while we wait, we have a little bit of time until we get an official announcement on what is going to happen here today. So what we are going to do is throw back to the MotoGP 1000th Grand Prix as well at the Le Mans Bugatti circuit, and with it as well, it was also the sprint race on the Saturday of 13 laps and the race on Sunday. Now, depending on how long we're going to be waiting around here as well, it makes sense just to sort of try something. So, on USON for the first time, we're going to have listen to MotoGP commentary from Saturday, the sprint race, and we're going to have a bit of a repeat here. It's around about 20 minutes long, perfect in order for us to sort of wait out until we get an official announcement on what's going to happen. So let's cross over then as well. Back to Le Mans with commentary from myself and Megan Birch on the sprint race for MotoGP from Le Mans. Nothing changes there as they come through into Rocou de Mont as well across the line. So Megan might just walk in as the lights go out. Hey, where's the video? It's a watch-along commentary, I'm afraid. We're not allowed to show the video. You've got audio and timings and all that data. Show video, it's watch-along commentary. Predictions for the podium of the sprint. I think Jack Miller's going to win it. I think Bagnaia is going to be second. I think Marquez is going to be third. But watch out for Jorge Martin as well. Watch out for Fabio Quartararo. He's 13th on the grid as well. Can he do anything about it? They are lined up on the grid. Grand Prix 1000, and it's the 5th sprint race with a green flag at the back. The red flag will be rescinded. Bagnaia is on the right of the screen. Marquez in the middle. 5 lights come on now, and the French Grand Prix sprint race is go! Good start from Marquez. Great start from Jack Miller on the KTM. Exactly as I said, he's going to go toe-to-toe with Marquez through turn 1. And Miller already up into second position. Martin coming through on the inside as well into the braking zone. That Ducati grunts forward, and Martin's even going to try and take the lead. He's gone too deep. He settles in for second position. Maverick Vinales getting a little bit of a cut back to mid-corner as they fly back through down the back straightaway into La Chapelle. Vinales up the inside trying to get through, hasn't worked out. Marquez stays 5th. Bagnaia leads by 0.4 of a second. Martin 2nd, Miller 3rd, Marini 4th, Marquez in 5th position as they come into the museum corner. Marquez back up past Marini. Miller's up to 3rd. Not a great start I was expecting. Those Ducatis are just too fast.
That they are. Everyone seems to have got a great start.
Into the braking point now as well. No jump starts. They come in. Daniel Petrucci down to 18th position as well as they fly back through out of Garage Vert and down towards the Espus corner as well as they continue attacking. There is Augusto Fernandez being passed by Nakagami and Morbidelli. The two Aprilia side by side. Vinales ahead of Aleix Espargaro as they come into the Clemenex Boutel corner as well. And now booting hard up the straightaway, Megan. It's all looking an okay, reasonable start in my opinion.
Yeah, well, at least no one crashed round the first corner, which is something everyone was a bit concerned about.
Everyone was concerned about it. It luckily hasn't happened, which is even better news as well as they fly back through. Just refresh the OBS Discord for everybody who's watching there as Maverick Vinales. Oh, and that was beautifully done from Marco Bezzecchi getting through on Aleix Espargaro. Just slipped it on the inside line. And now Vinales down to 10th position. Look at Jorge Martin already on the back of Pecco Bagnaia.
Vinales keeps slowly going down.
Yeah, Vinales had a really bad start, which is really annoying because he was my prediction for our winner. So that was really disappointing as they come through.
I think your prediction may be wrong.
My prediction is wrong, yeah. My prediction for the sprint race win is definitely Jack Miller. The lightning starts we saw last time out in the sprint race. By the way, hello, nice to have you back in MotoGP. As they come back through. Now, Bagnaia leads, Martin 2nd, Miller 3rd.
Someone's down.
Who is it? It's Miller! No, where is he? He's just dropped in on the screen. Jack Miller crashes out.
Curse.
No! Jack Miller crashes out of the Tissot sprint here at the French Grand Prix. And there goes Brad Binder almost joining him, sending up the inside of Luca Marini for 4th position. Marquez to 3rd. Oh, Jack, of all the things you had to do, why? Why did you let go?
Because you said his name and said that he would be the winner.
Oh, curse of the commentators. Morbidelli gets passed by Timo Quartararo. It was just, we won, but with Marquez. He just dropped the front, coming through the corner, Megs. He just dropped it.
Well, that is unlucky for you.
Oh, I've done it again. Yellow flag is out then in Sector 2 for Miller. He is out of the race, so He'll get another shot tomorrow. He'll start. He will
But he won't
start.
win this.
He'll start fourth tomorrow. So still go for Jack Miller. He had a poor getaway now. He's crashed out in the sprint race, but it's the same grid as it is tomorrow. Bagnaia leading the way. He's being chased by Jorge Martin as they come through turn one. Up into the Dunlop chicane at the Ford area of the track. Martin looking round the outside, not going to work out. The only challenge Bagnaia is going to have is from a Ducati. And the Prima Promax have had a terrible start to the year. And now Martin's closing in. Look at Bagnaia twitching through La Chapelle.
Yellow flag thing.
Yellow's gone, yep, good point.
They had that yellow out for a very long time.
Yellow was up for too long, in my opinion. I don't like how it
Debris.
was. Yeah, it must have been the debris. As now we're in the museum corner at turn 7 on board with Marc Marquez watching on. Mark's already had 2 big shunts this weekend. I'm surprised he hasn't gone down, to be fair, at the opening of this race. And he's just waiting. Can he take a sprint race win? Is Marquez up there on his return weekend?
I mean, hopefully.
Just by the way, the championship now sees Bagnaia on 99 points, Binder on 68. Bezzecchi as well on
What's he got, a
67.
flake or balloons?
I think he's got balloons, 99 red balloons for the big red number 1 of Bezzecchi. That he is an Italian on an Italian bike at the French Grand Prix, so maybe not German balloons with 99 Luft balloons or whatever it was.
Maybe they're balloons that have flakes on them.
Could be, although I'll tell you what, Marc Marquez might be the more red alert if he's coming up there. He's slowly improving. His last lap time, he was faster than the pair of them. So Marquez is really closing up. Binder's right there too on the second KTM. Do not discount the KTMs as he goes for a move now on Marc Marquez on the inside for P3. Marc's going to hold it around the outside. Shots to do it to turn 1. Meantime, Martin slips up the inside of the Ford chicane. That's a wonderful move on Bagnaia, and that's brought the top 4 close together once again. Martin leads. I don't know, that was super smooth from Martin, wasn't it? Look at Marc.
That was like when you find a parking space and you somehow manage to just fit your car in.
Derek saying, is Marc Marquez on the Calax? Yes, Marc Marquez is on the Calax bike of Honda now, so that is the chassis this weekend. He's on the Calax setup after they repaired it overnight ahead of the qualifying session this morning. So Marc is riding the Calax, and he's right up there as well. He's done no testing on that bike. The only testing he did was practice as well. He's been out there on the Calax bike every opportunity he can, and Marc is right on the back of Bagnaia. Elijah Spargo, hard front, soft rear. Let's just take a quick look, actually. As we see, is Marc going to get passed by Binder into the braking zone for the Cheminox Boots corner? No, he's not. Right, take the battle screen here, guys. Look, soft front for everybody, bar Binder, who's got medium front, soft rear. Elijah Spargo, hard front, soft rear. Quattararo, Nakagami, Morbidelli, medium front, soft rear. The same as Fernandez, Salvador, and Folger, and Miller, who went out the race. But the majority of the field, everyone's on a soft rear tyre, majority on soft front as well. So those on the mediums are going to have better grip as this race goes on.
This passion
So much recently.
It's the sprint way. It's the fastest way to get to the end. But I think the good mix of medium in the front is going to be something. Why Alicia's gone hard front, soft rear, I've got no idea. Because that
He
makes...
should have saved that for the race.
He should have, because that makes no sense in this setup. It should be a hard front, medium rear. Marc's going to go on the inside. Coming the Ford chicane, nearly touches Bagnaia. Gets the cut back down. And through goes Brad Binder. The pair of them battling out. And Binder goes straight through. That is fantastic. And here comes Luca Marini. Marquez trying to go on the outside of Bagnaia. Coming downhill into La Chapelle. Hasn't worked out. Binder takes second place as Martin has checked out of the front by 1.2 seconds. So I think unless Martin makes a mistake, he's got this sprint race win. Bagnaia is falling down the field. Marc Marquez wants to get past no matter what the consequences. And you should be wary of that as he goes very late on the brakes into Garage Violet.
Right, so 9 laps to go now, and no one's fallen since Jack Miller. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, my fault, sorry. One day I'll get a pick a winner right. One day.
One day you won't curse them.
I seem to have that problem anyway.
I think that's a forever thing for you. You're going to curse whoever you pick. It's like me with Brendan Hartley.
Yeah. Sorry, Brendan, he's still off the Christmas list, by the way, buddy. So, look at that then. On board then, Marc Marquez trying to have a go at Bagnaia, trying to get through the inside line. I've got something on my sound guards, which isn't great. as they attack back through.
You want to change it anyway.
This is the new one.
No, I mean you change it to a smaller one. You said that
Oh, Marquez up the inside, and Bagnaia holds it around the outside. It didn't work out at the fourth chicane. Marquez takes third position, and now Bagnaia's really starting to go. Oh, and Salvador's got a track limits warning. Good spot there, Megs. Oh, and that's Marini past him too. Marini's past Bagnaia. Bagnaia's dropped to 5th place. So much for saying the championship's over.
Not a good day for people when they want to get past someone. They always end up losing places instead.
So there's me trying to keep this one clean. I've just gone down exactly to the
Fernandez
yellow.
crashed.
Oh, Augusto Fernandez has gone down, and Bagnaia has repassed Luca Marini in the middle half of the track.
Oh, I cursed Fernandez.
Yeah. Yeah, she did actually.
So who else can I curse today?
That's at turn 7 as well. That's at the museum corner, the same part that Jack Miller crashed out on as well.
Right. So yellow is still at. It's sector 2 again.
Yeah, it's turn 7. It's the same part of the track as well, Megan.
Oh, that's not going to be good for tomorrow, is it?
No, it's not. We'll keep an eye on that one coming through. Look at Bagnaia right in the back of Marc Marquez as well. Still in a position to try and get them mooning on. Oh, well, that was... Yeah, Bezzecchi going way wide with the track limits warning now as well. Hopefully that's fixed my sound card.
They keep coming up twice.
Yeah, I think so. The attack's still on as they come into the braking zone as well, trying to go through.
Speaking of Bezzecchi.
How did Martin pull the gap after Brad Binder passed a second, or is he just faster? I think he's a lot faster at the moment.
Who knows?
Oh, that's a mistake then as well. And then Aprilia going yee-haw of Malaysia Spargo to go right round the outside of Marco Bezzecchi. Bezzecchi's on the inside into La Chapelle, and it's 3 wide as Alex Marquez on the Grenesci Ducati tries to go round the outside. Did he make the move stick? Trying to wait out. No, it's still 3 wide. Bezzecchi's ahead. Oh, and Bagnaia on the inside of Marc Marquez coming into Museum at turn number 7. Bagnaia still behind. Marc stays in 3rd position. And now look, Binder's closing in on Jorge Martin. It's close at the front as Zarco goes to 6th. Bezzecchi to 7th. Alex Marquez to 8th. And Alex Spargo down to 9th. It's changing quicker than we can see it.
Yeah, they're changing so quickly. Pack racing is that's the only negative. Who's down?
Alex Marquez has been passed by Vinales and Nakagami. That's on track. No, he's
down.
Alex Marquez has crashed out. That brings out the... I've just put the yellow flag by him. Now it's out again.
With all this pack racing, can we be surprised the fact that he crashed?
No, that's really disappointing then for Alex Marquez. Gone down the start of Sector 4. And Takiki Nakagami's having a problem. Yeah, there's confirmation. Alex Marquez has crashed. And it has put out a yellow flag on the circuit, so a good 3 wide battle hasn't changed. Now look at the front, battle for 3rd. The bronze medal in this sprint race sees Marquez, Bagnaia, Marini all in a battle. Binder's setting off after Jorge Martin, but yeah, Derek, I'm just the same as you. I do not know how Martin's pulled that gap. It was because everyone was battling together. He was fast on the 3-lap sprint run, but now Binder's got clean air and he's setting after him. The KTM is faster. The KTM should pass him.
Maybe he just crept through. He saw a chance and was just like, ooh, free position.
Yeah, it's going to be right there with it, isn't it? Right there's, oh, like a Bagnaia again on the inside, trying to get through on Marc Marquez. It's not really working out that much. Bagnaia's taking all the track limits, coming through turn 7. Into turn 8, a garage Wirtz, an inside maneuver. Yellow flag finally rescinded for Alex Marquez now. Marc's gone wide. Bagnaia's trying to get the cut back. They sit up together as they run down. 5th gear, 275 kilometres, over 300 kilometres an hour now. Into the braking zone. Coming into the Klimanox Bruce corner as well. The bank says Martin better start saving tyres. Derek says the KTM found something in testing. I think, yeah. KTM were quick in the Spanish Grand Prix. They did the post-test at Jerez, found more speed, more data, and put it immediately into production on the bike, and they've got it working this weekend. It's such a shame that Jack Miller crashed out. He'll have another go together. Incorrect graphic, number crash for 73. That's the TV production.
So he didn't crash?
No crash for Alex Marquez, so he didn't crash.
Then where is he?
Marquez just dropped back to 16th place, so it's an incorrect TV graphic. Marquez did not crash.
Why did he go back to 16th place? He was,
I think he's got
like
wide.
6 positions higher, and the positions there aren't.
Well, we'll take driver tracker. He's still circulating down there. He's moving in the first sectors, at least. Now into Sector 2, so Alex Marquez is still there. Quartararo in 8th position. Great stuff from Fabio Quartararo, I've got to say. Qualified 13th on the grid. Up to 8th already in the sprint. Exactly how we like to see it. Meantime, Marc Marquez under a lot of pressure from Pecco Bagnaia as they come downhill in towards Garage Viert. Mark late on the brakes. Bagnaia wanted to be later. And this is a classic ding-dong between the pair of them. Fantastic. Yellow flag sector 2. So someone's crashed now. And that's... It's Jan-Zaka's got a track limits warning. And it's Jonas Folger.
So someone crashed.
Jonas Folger has crashed out of the race.
Is this another graphic error?
No, because do you remember, I don't think Alex Marquez's crash came up on our timing screen. It came up on the TV monitor only.
No, it did.
Oh, right, so there's an incorrect graphic all around. Oh, and Folger, brilliant move from Bagnaia. Look to the inside, coming out of the S-Blue chicane at turn 12 into Recruitment at 13 and 14, the double right hairpin as well. Mark's having to push harder, and Bagnaia's going to be on him. Martin's got 2 seconds to Brad Binder. This is a domination for the Prima Pramacs. I've been saying all weekend long they've had a bad start to the season. And through goes Bagnaia. Marquez tries to come back into the chicane. And Ford and Dunlop. Can he go for a move on the inside? No, he can't. Back into third goes Bagnaia.
2 things. One, it was sector 2 again. And another thing... Oh, what's this?
Turn 7 again.
I don't think we actually ever saw a... yellow flag for Marquez.
No, we didn't. Yeah, it came up on our screens, but it didn't come up on the monitor. So, yeah, Alex Marquez has just got off the track and continued. He's down into 16th position now. He's past Petrax.
Computers made assumptions.
Computers made assumptions because a rider falls, and we go with what the TV pictures tell us. I put it in the commentary box. So, meantime, look at that, Jorge Martin. 2 seconds advantage to Brad Binder with 4 laps to go of the MotoGP sprint race at the moment. Binder second, Bagnaia third, and Alicia Spargo has passed Fabio Quartararo as well. There's moves going on. What's happening on board? Quartararo! Then he's gone down. He's dropped it. Quartararo, you can hear the crash. It's a big one down in the S-Blues corner. And Fabio Quartararo crashes out of his home race in the sprint. A terrible weekend gets even worse, and the airbag's gone off as well. He turns in.
That's the first.
Front buckles. He drifts to the bike. You heard the bike crashing in the gravel. That's a write-off as well. Wow.
That's the first for the airbag to go off.
Marini's past Marquez. Marini, there he is on the inside line. Marquez breaks later. Oh, Marquez back ahead of him. Marini does the cutback. Nice on the inside. Nice and tight, and he's got him. Woohoo. Well done, but Marquez isn't over yet. He's going to fight this one into La Chapelle. Vinales passes Nakagami, so he's back up into 9th position.
Quartararo should just be glad that he didn't crash out during the race.
Yeah, this is the sprint. It's still big points, though. 12 for a win. Still big. A lot of points along the board. So Bagnaia really wants to win it and extend his championship advantage, but he's only going to get a few points. There is Quartararo. Another crash. That's his second crash of the weekend, if I'm not mistaken, for Fabio Quartararo.
A good weekend for him, though.
This is how he did it on board. Look, we're riding with him. Look, he just drops it, Megs.
Maybe he has a curse like Leclerc does. Never win his own race.
Yeah, possibly. One French, one Monegasque as well. Marc Marquez wants 4th position back. Whoa, Binder may not be going on for much longer with that tank slapper he had into the Oxbooth chicane at 9 and 10. The Bugatti circuit is basically 2 hairpins and 3 chicanes. And it somehow is a great track for MotoGP.
And somehow they don't fall or hurt their... I wonder if they ever hurt their shoulder blades from having to turn so quickly.
At this circuit, they do have a little bit of soreness in their shoulders afterwards, but let's not forget, Miguel Oliveira's not racing this weekend, replaced by Lorenzo Salvadori after that horrible crash at the Spanish Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. You weren't in the box for that one, Megs, but a big crash with Fabio Quartararo and dislocated his shoulder. I said in commentary, actually, with Tom Dillon, the way he landed on his shoulder, I said, he's done his shoulder there. Something's wrong with his shoulder, the way he landed.
I always miss for ones where people actually get injured.
You actually weren't in the commentary box and the red flag came out. How about that? Didn't cause it. Either of them, because although you did commentate, you commentated at the end of the sprint race though, because I had to leave.
Yeah.
2 to go then, and Martin is on for his first win of the season, and it'll be a sprint race victory as well. Our 3rd sprint winner. Binder's got 2, Bagnaia's got 2, so the podium is going to be completely the podium is going to be all the sprint winners for this year.
Yeah.
Alex Marquez has got a track limits warning on the 73 as he comes through. Riding now with Mark Marquez on the back. Is he going to make an attempt?
No.
No, he's too far back, isn't he? Way too far back.
Going in the reds.
On the lean angle as well, taking a lot of it. 306 kilometres down to 107 in 5.5 seconds.
Damn.
That is 200 kilometres an hour on the stop. I don't think I could do that. What about you?
No.
No.
I'd probably throw myself from the bike.
Over 200 miles an hour just to go to 80. Not good at all.
That must be like a really big thing for the heart, just to say, and slow down. Oh, that's going to give me indigestion later.
Worse on a motorcycle, I would say, as well, than in a Formula car or a touring car as well.
At least then you have something to hold on to.
Is Mia on the Kalex chassis too? Yes, both of the Repsols are on the Kalex bikes for the sprint race as well. Actually, I understand that Mia might not be on the Kalex bike tomorrow because they want to do a comparison in the race for data. So I think Mia might be taking the normal bike tomorrow. What's happened there? That is a very wide moment for, is that Marco Bezzecchi? Because I think it's let Zarco through, yeah. Bezzecchi's made a little bit of a wide movement there on the 72, but he crashed this morning in free practice. And sat the rest of it out.
Looked a bit too happy.
Yeah. By the way, Bezzecchi is on bike number 2, the spare bike as well. Mia lost season. Yeah. Mia's lost basically every season since he became world champion. He was Mr. Consistent in 2020 and then lost it, really. Yeah, Morbidelli, track limits warning as well.
COVID did something to him.
He won the championship in COVID, but
precisely.
Yeah, only because Fabio Quartararo kept making mistakes that year, and then 21 he won it. In the last sector then as well, for Jorge Martin, he is going to win, and it'll be a very popular first win of the season for the 89, who's going to come out last couple of corners. The 25-year-old from Madrid in Spain exits for Cudamon. The 5th sprint race of the year to kick off 1,000 Grand Prix. Prima Pramac finally win, and they take a sprint. Binder second, Bagnaia third. The sprint podium completed out by sprint winners. Marini is 4th, Marquez 5th, Zarco 6th. Great result for Prima Pramac today. Bezzecchi 7th, Aleix Espargaro 8th, Maverick Vinales 9th, and 10th for Takiki Nakagami. Bagnaia now leads the title by 23 points to Binder. Well, thank you very much as well to Past, me and Megan, and I'm afraid I bring you news I didn't want to bring. Is that due to inclement weather, the IndyCar practice for today has officially now been cancelled. I don't like it, you don't like it, everybody is in agreement that it is absolutely stupid and it shouldn't have happened. But whether you agree with it or not, practice is cancelled for today. There's a live look at the track if you're watching on JB Motorsports as well. And to those of you listening on USRN, we thank you for staying with us for 2 hours as we wait as well. With me once again is Omi and Josh. And Josh, this was always going to happen. It's blue sky, but because we've got more weathering coming and the track won't be dry in time, they've cancelled the practice. Are you there, Josh? Okay, Josh is on mute, so Omi.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Josh. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, practice cancelled then.
Annoying.
Yeah, really
Pain.
annoying.
But it had to be done, unfortunately.
Flores, hello Flores, by the way, asks, is there any news on when it will restart today? It's not going to. Practice has officially been cancelled. We're watching one of the trucks now come onto the circuit as well due to the inclement weather. There is going to be a massive schedule change for tomorrow, though. So instead of just one practice session lasting from 5 to 11 here in the UK, it is going to be a little bit different as we've got to get the refreshers out there as well and the rookies to make sure they make the top speed. Brad asks, why is it cancelled? Rain. It's been raining all day, unfortunately, and it's not raining now, but there's inclement weather coming in. So by the time they drive the track, there'll be rain coming as well. And it takes an hour to drive the track, and the rain's coming as well. and that means we'll have it completely lost as well, as we've now officially lost the TV pictures up here in the comms box as well from what we were just watching. So I guess until they come back, Omi, what's your take on this? A wasted day in many respects for us up here in the comms box.
Yep, a bit of a wasted day, but it had to be happen. Sadly, safety is obviously the priority. And we thought we'd get going earlier on, I think it was about an hour. About over an hour ago. So, but more rain decided to come, and I think since then we've all lost our hopes of getting it underway, and obviously now being confirmed that it is not going to get underway. So, wasted day. A bit unfortunate, but what can we do? So, hopefully we're going to have less interruptions in the next few days, and more on track.
Absolutely. We're looking now at a live view of the circuit. Brad asks, when is the Indy 500? It is on May the 28th, but it takes 2 weeks to do a testing and everything to get the cars ASAP correct. How many Indy 500s have been cancelled by rain in the past? Well, this is the 13th day in history that we've had a washout on a practice day, and I believe it's the third time since 2016 we've had washed out events here of practice, so it doesn't happen that often as well, but we are in, there we go, look, cancelled due to weather is the official graphic we get up there as well before we add ours back in. As if I click the right button, practice is cancelled. Here's the running order then for tomorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern is an install lap for all cars. 10:15 a.m. Eastern is the rookie orientation as well, and then from noon Eastern a full field practice session. So that is our schedule for tomorrow. That is Eastern time. We'll convert that into British time for you and get the times up. Presumably though, that's going to be at 3 p.m. onwards as well. So 3 p.m. for the install laps as well. 3:15 for the rookies orientations, and then at 5 p.m. British summertime, all the action from a full field of practice as well. That is the official news coming out of today as well. It's a shame we haven't been able to get any action as well. Brad asks, why do they need so much practice when it's the same track and the cars are the exact same each year? Oh, they are not the exact same each year. The cars massively change as well. They change every single session as well. They change. You've got to find a right balance with the car as well. And the track does change as well. And when you're going to over 230 miles an hour as well, in the car, you've got to make sure you've got a good understanding of the track and a good understanding of where you're going. This is the most dangerous race to the planet, the Indy 500. It really, really is. Okay, closing thoughts ahead of the Indy 500. I'll start with you, Josh. Are we going to have a dry day tomorrow, and is it going to go well?
Well, I hope we have a dry day tomorrow, because if we don't have a dry day tomorrow, then it's also going to be crazy. The schedule's just going to get thrown up even more, and Brad saying they should just add a chicane like F1 Indy 2005 so they can race. That's not the Indy 500. Indy 500's an oval.
Made me chuckle though. I did like that. I just go on the back straight away.
Yes, it would be a little bit crazy, but yeah, that would change the Indy 500, and it just wouldn't
almost
be an Indy
happened
500.
at Texas one year in the kart series. But I think it was
True.
early 2000. It nearly happened as well because the vibrations are so much. Omi, closing thoughts from you. I'm hoping we get a nice track image to close out on. Go on.
I'm gonna go different, as I love getting predictions wrong, as you've probably learned by now. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow again. Even though I don't want it to, but I have a feeling it's gonna rain tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be booing myself after this, so...
Yeah, do you hate me?
Yeah, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that we're going to get another washed out day tomorrow. Which, hopefully not, but... Yeah.
I was worried.
We know who to blame.
Yeah, exactly. And considering the Imola F1 update as well, with that as well, we're going to be in for a very wet week, I think, as well. So, to see if I dry out in time. But a wasted day. But thank you, everyone, for sticking with us on USRN and on JB Motorsports. It's been an absolute pleasure. Practice cancelled, I'm afraid, here for the NTT IndyCar Series. We'll be back tomorrow. More coverage than anticipated, but it's going to be a lot of fun. My thanks to Josh and Amy in the box. My thanks to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time. From us all here, practice 1. No, it never happened, I'm afraid. Day 1, a complete washout. We'll see what we can do on day 2 from us all here. Take care. Goodbye.